This
Plus,
fat
now I get
girl.
to spend the next couple days and weeks sitting at home feeding milk to my shadow cat from a syringe to try to get him ready for his surgery because his blood pressure was too low for the operation on Thursday.
Oh.
No general anesthesia for you, little baby. You're going home with daddy. And I was like, all right, little guy, you're coming inside, and I'm going to give you this nutritiously dense adult feline formula for the next couple days. And then you can tell me if you want to go in and get your bottom quarter of your mandible removed, or if you want to just do this until you die. It's up to you at this point.
That sounds like a whole situation.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
He
Sure does.
wants to drink the milk. And he was curled up in my lap like a little baby.
Oh,
So
That's adorable.
that tells me what I need to know.
Zoe would never.
Shadow's been living outdoors for the past 4 years. Like, it literally was only 2 days ago. I was like, cool, little bud, you are now coming inside and living with me because we're going to have a little heart-to-heart like we did back in the old days while brother was still alive. And that heart-to-heart is, you're living inside with me. Do you want to live or do you want to die? Excellent. Let's cuddle and be friends.
takes away partial
Makes sense.
cuteness. Definitely.
Not threat. Honest thing, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
The guy's
somebody's
got a-
already threatening his life, so.
He's got a 2.7 centimeter cancerous tumor in his right mandible.
Ow.
He has gone down from his running weight of 13 pounds to under 7
Oh boy.
over the course of 2 months. Yeah,
Oh,
he is
no.
literally just skin and bones and beautiful fluffy
Oh, wait,
hair.
are you trying to attack me right now? I know
But he
this
still
now.
has a lot of energy. He
Yeah.
just has a really low red blood cell count for obvious reasons because his
Right.
body's like, I'm not
Because-
making
Cancer.
red blood
Yeah,
cells
because
for
of
you, kid.
cancer.
Yeah, really, you've gone through your entire storehouse of proteins and fats. You're not moving a lot. I don't need to do. I'm going to prioritize other stuff. Sounds good, body. Sounds good. Meow meow. Because this is a cat talking to a cat body.
I'm not.
Body.
So, if I can get him to drink 2 of those bottles over the course of 2 days, that'll be the most nutrition he's had in an entire month, and
God.
he'll have a good enough blood pressure to go through general anesthesia. Get that lower mandible removed, and then have a feeding tube inserted and a cone around his neck for the next 4 to 6 weeks while he lives indoors with me, and I feed him through the tube while he recovers.
Right on.
So that sounds super fun and cool.
It's a unique experience, and right in the throes of it.
Kyle, is your current microphone situation a tin can tied to a string plugged into your computer, or what?
Yeah, what the hell was that?
I feel
But,
like
like-
that would be better than what he
But
currently
like a really long tin can.
This is a slightly better tin can. I don't know.
It's like a Pringles canister.
Ooh, fancy. Rich blood over
But
there.
is it
Fine.
bad enough I should just switch to the webcam one, or is it?
No.
No,
That
You're
sounds
fine.
good.
Please
Now you
don't
sound
do
good.
that.
it's better
Yeah.
now.
Oh, it's
Alright.
still the lavalier mic. I see.
Yes, it's
Correct.
the lavalier.
But you're wearing a collar. You're wearing a collared shirt, so we can have.
Put it
Yeah.
on your,
That's
You
some
gotta put it
Put
smart.
it on your beard.
It
gotta
worked.
put
the
it on your
best.
beard.
It worked the best.
It worked the
on
best on your beard.
Right.
Kyle, have you turned the gain up in control panel all the way for the lavalier? That might let you not have to put it on your beard.
then we'll hear every. It's better,
If you go to
it's fine.
control panel sound, there might be gain and level options for the mic. It
Kyle,
just
wait.
depends.
Kyle,
You've gone
hear
to-
me out. Take a pencil, duct tape it to your
Oh, we've
headset.
already been there. We've already
Oh,
been
no,
there. It
no,
doesn't work.
we've
We've
already
already
been
been
there.
there.
It doesn't work.
Nope,
It doesn't
yeah.
work. It doesn't
It's
work.
already. It's way ahead of you, man.
Kyle, have you gone to like
Just because he hasn't done it well doesn't mean
Any
it's not
website?
Any
or
website.
electronic store?
yeah, you got it. You're right on the vibe.
He used an older headset with the unworking mic and pinned the mic to the old mic. So
Bad. It didn't work.
and it was bad.
And it
So
was
it's
bad.
successful. So
But that was the old mic, so it was already a broken microphone. This is an obviously working microphone.
No, he
Yes.
pinned this microphone to the broken one.
correct.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah,
That's
he just skipped the pencil step because he already had.
Already had a pencil,
All right.
Dang.
sort of.
Is that any better?
That's way better.
Yeah.
Now you're
That's a lot better.
incredibly loud. It's very powerful.
we
Hello,
can adjust that.
yeah.
It's just better.
Okay, well,
overall.
he's
Yeah,
he's
it is. It is.
Because now I don't have to have you at
turned up all the way.
200%.
Yeah.
Now you
I
can do
had him at
175.
180.
Who do I have at 200? Trump. That's
Probably
the other-
Jan.
Still 130. So
I don't have anybody at 200 anymore. Al's the closest though. At 169, baby. Let's go.
Oh
Nice, nice,
yeah,
nice,
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 nice, nice, nice, nice.
Nice.
Really? Am I
nice,
quiet?
Nice.
Huh?
Am I quiet?
No, I just prefer to hear you more than anybody else.
Hey, love you too, baby.
Makes sense.
Also made like $200 on the Mighty Doge today. That's definitely lasting income that will obviously stay forever.
It's a good long-term investment, yeah.
It'll be with
To
you
be
for
fair
life.
about crypto, if it's any sort of investment, it's probably long term.
10, 12-year return, forget about it.
Yeah.
Things go wild, and you're like, fuck.
Unless
get
it
this
goes to
Dogecoin.
zero, it's going way up over the next
Yeah, my-
15 years.
My fucking dentist has power tools in my mouth, and he's like, "You a crypto guy?" And I'm like,
God, I
He's
love
like-
how. Go ahead.
He's
Don't
like,
you
"You got
fucking
any?" He's like,
love
"You got any Doge?" My son's making a ton of money off Doge, calling me an idiot. I was like,
Why is that the first thing his son is doing? Hey,
Make
Dad,
it
I'm making a ton of
mad,
money,
Dad.
you stupid fucking idiot. You just work on teeth all day.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh,
Son, I have
I
a
love
long and
it.
successful
Yeah, that
career.
guy
Why
does-
are
that guy
you
does-
like this?
that guy does good work, and he's real convenient. But I think he's a massive asshole. So I have to decide.
I love my. I had a dentist in Kalamazoo that I went to the whole time I lived in Michigan, including when I lived in Ann Arbor. I would drive back to Kalamazoo
Fuck.
because he was great. His name was Dr. Bacon.
Nice.
I saw him ever since I was a kid. They watched me grow up. The first time I visited them, I fell asleep in the chair. It was
Kyle,
pretty
did we ever learn what
Stupid
Agnes's
adorable.
dad does? Is Agnes's dad a dentist in Kalamazoo?
I don't know.
He's retired now, so
We had a friend in college named Agnes Bacon.
Agnes Bacon to the fire. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Hell yeah. Her Facebook name was Eggsy Bacon because she was
Oh, that's so good.
funny. Agnes was a lot of fun, but Agnes was really good at getting too drunk, which is probably why
Yeah.
I had fun with Agnes. But Agnes like pissed a lot of people off because she'd just get wasted and be like a problem. Never to me though. I would just laugh at other people having to deal with it. Didn't she cover somebody's mirror in toothpaste once?
Yeah.
Like Brian Christensen's or something.
That's,
Oh, fuck. Oh, we gotta do level ups, right?
You don't necessarily have to. You guys like
I
have
forgot.
leveled up because you've pretty much done what there is to do on this quest, but also I don't anticipate that you're going to be fighting anything
Yeah,
tonight.
okay.
So,
Except
Party.
each other.
party goal. Get into a massive brawl.
Get drunk on fish juice and just start throwing fists.
Start throwing down.
I cast Shocking Touch on Junga.
oh my god.
Not Rolzer. Not Rolzer.
Not Roser, Junga.
Junga.
Junga's headset just like.
Oh,
that'd be
shit.
the worst.
Don't you mean
Get
a
electrocuted through his
spike.
ears.
I respond with
Ooh.
hellish rebuke. Alec bursts in the flames.
Yeah, there's a lot of sensitive systems in there you probably don't want being exposed to direct electrical shock.
No, that would probably end
No.
poorly.
My gangler cochlea. Ah!
the most sensitive of systems.
Yeah, is that an actual part of the? I just pulled that out of my ass. Is that an actual part of the year?
It sounds
you're
like an
not
actual
grasped.
part of the year to me, but I don't
Yeah,
know
the-
well
the
enough.
What's the-
Cochlea.
the
Cochlea
gang-
sounds familiar.
Gangly or something else.
spiral-
Cochlear is like an ear thing. So
The
Like a cochlear
spiral
implant.
the spiral in parentheses cochlear ganglion is a group of neuron cell bodies. So I was close.
You kissed your mother with that mouth?
Oh, my spiral cell.
Not really anymore.
It's a pelvic
Oh, okay.
splanchnic
Yeah, it's
ganglion.
I can understand with words like that. Ugh.
Yeah, and the pandemic.
She.
Yeah,
She's
Tina-
like, excuse me, did you just say
Oh.
gangly or cochlea?
Wait, the pandemic's still happening in Michigan? I thought everyone said that it was
Real
over.
bad. It's happening real
Yeah,
bad.
the worst it's ever happened in Michigan.
Yeah, I like how
Almost
they have
made
the
it.
line of when they like strip the governor of her like powers, and then it's just like the second that line comes up, it's just like.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
as
And
accelerated.
Oh,
people,
yeah.
and people are still saying like,
It's her fault.
we've had all these restrictions, and for what? We're doing terrible. And it's like, yeah.
And it's like, yeah, because
Per capita,
Following them to the T.
per capita,
Like,
we
well,
did better
and
than
also,
almost any other state this whole time until they stripped her of her emergency powers. It's like, you
Well,
fucking stupid idiots.
Yeah.
Well, it's also so irritating because they complain about it like it's still happening. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
they're like,
Right,
all these fucking
they have to
restrictions,
control
and
the
it's like,
narratives, they can
name
never
one
fix it.
restriction that's left. Like,
Well, I
wear
mean,
masks.
yeah,
Like,
and people,
what
yeah,
are you talking about?
and people still want to bitch about that, and that one's hilarious to me because it's like, dude, it's like, it's the corporation, the corporate structure made the call to enforce the mask thing. Like, you got to pick. Republicans are having a real crisis of conscience with big business and
Yep.
corporation right now,
Yep.
dude. They're
The like 50 big businesses, including like Dow Chemical and all the sports
Yeah, they're
teams
like-
that signed the thing condemning
Yeah.
the law in Michigan.
Yeah.
They're like, like, yeah, be mad at Dow Chemical, Republicans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like,
Can
they're
you-
like,
can do it.
You can't
Can
tax.
you?
You can't tax the rich, but also the rich need to shut the fuck up. They need
Yeah.
to shut up and know their place.
Yeah, that's literally what fucking,
Leave the
what's
like
his
Mitch
face,
McConnell
Well,
thing.
it's
Like,
big
they
businesses
need to
stay
stay out of
it.
politics. I'm not talking about campaign contributions. Like, Jesus Christ, be more transparent.
What the fuck is the fucking dude from Senate Republican? Fuck.
What? What?
Mitch
Mitch
McConnell?
Yeah,
McConnell?
that-
Thank you, Mitch McConnell. I couldn't think
Yeah.
of his name. When he's
You're
like,
Both of us were
Yertle the
saying.
he
Turtle?
literally said that in like they were asking him a question. He's like, he literally said politely, corporations need to shut the fuck up and stay out of politics. And I was just like,
Unless
okay.
they're saying things that I like. And then
Left
it's
in
fine.
Citizens United.
yes.
I also love the like.
Who will look out for me, the wealthy white man, if
Sports
the
used to-
corporations won't?
Sports used to be a way to escape from politics. It's like I'm sure Jackie Robinson would agree
Yeah.
with you. It's a
Yeah.
great, it's a
Just,
great
You know, like,
escape from
also,
politics.
sports didn't used to be political. Like, yeah, back when
Idiots.
black people weren't allowed in them, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure that
exactly.
wasn't a nice escape for you to go to the all-white basketball game.
Man, it's terrible.
Sure, fucking
Well, then
Ah,
it's
the
like,
world's
you know, I love the thing where like people are like, oh, it's also, you know, they always riot and loot and stuff, and whenever they're protesting, and it's like, all right, but you also got mad at a dude kneeling for the national anthem, so like, you're not really cool with nonviolent protesting either. So
Yeah.
I think what it comes down to is you just don't like anybody protesting stuff that you
Yeah.
don't agree with.
Yeah, the only right way for a Democrat to protest, according to a Republican, is like
To become
To
a
not.
Republican and
Just to
not
not.
protest.
to like kill themselves in protest. Like
Right.
a Republican would be fine with that, but
They should be
Yeah.
peaceful. You mean like the 99% of everybody who's protesting that's peaceful? Do you mean like them? No? Oh, okay.
It's not as if we have countless
Do you mean
law
like Colin
enforcement
Kaepernick? No?
documentation
Oh, okay.
of the violent people involved often being Republicans, like
Tucker
right-wing
Carlson.
people in there specifically trying to instigate violence to make it look bad. It's not like we have tons of FBI reports that state exactly that, but I forgot the FBI is liberal now.
Tucker
Yeah,
Carlson, Tucker Carlson is a show.
Excuse me, crisis actors.
Tucker
Sir.
Carlson
needs to eat
I
a
just
bullet.
in the
Spouting, like,
time of
white replacement shit on national TV.
Yeah.
You know, like he's spouting
Fucking
like,
weird.
yeah, it's like what's happening? It's pretty sure
It's Fox
the
News.
death rattle of the grand old party is what's happening.
It's the death rattle.
We can only hope.
I mean, it's the death rattle of like old
look, they
timey
either
white
die
America.
or it's Molotov cocktail time. So
I mean, regardless, it's like it's the end of I don't know. the Reagan era.
It's the end of the monoculture. It's the white
Republican
monoculture.
politics.
That's
Yeah,
all.
that's
That's
an
what they
ending
fight
that's been
for is the
coming.
white monoculture.
That's an ending that's been coming for a long time. I'm just saying that I think there was a shift in the Republican Party's overall tone when Reagan was elected.
Sure,
and
of course.
they've kind of been running off the fumes of Reagan, I think, since then. And then now Trump has come along, and we are shifting to a new breed of.
Well, because Trump
We're running
was
off the
just
fumes
like,
of Trump
well,
now.
the whole like Reagan dog whistling thing isn't working too well. What if we just whistle?
Well, yeah, that's another big shift like this might be bad for him because now it's in the age of the internet. It's a lot harder to.
Don't worry, guys. I just signed up for
monopolize
free
control.
for My Pillow social site service, and I'll be able to share all my controversial conservative opinions and not take the Lord's name in vain.
Mike Lindell sucks.
Private investigator.
You guys hear about the National Bone Marrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, and how just Lauren Beavert and
Bobert and MTG were the
two.
only two that voted against.
Like people having bones. I'm anti-bone.
When there's idiocy in DC, why is it always you two? It's always you two. All right,
Yeah.
so
Not a coincidence, but
American politics to the
Well,
side.
Gates just is sad because he can't have sex with 17-year-old girls anymore. So because they're calling him on it.
I swear they have to just be taking bets, and it's just like every time a bill comes up, it's like, what's the most ridiculous thing you can spin into being a conservative, like partisan thing? I bet I can do bones. You can't do bones. That's never gonna fucking work.
the inside of bones. That's right, you heard me.
All right.
Bone marrow.
Okay, we're done. American
Yeah,
politics is done. We're moving on to Icewind Dale and
Politics.
not really, but yeah, I was trying to think. I was trying to think of what it is.
Bones.
It's not really politics. So we are in the Veerbeeg's lair, I believe. Correct me if you hear anything that sounds wrong, but I believe you guys have searched it all pretty well. You found the baskets on pulleys, right?
Yeah.
And got all the stuff out of there. I guess
Wiggle.
there's still some stuff that you guys.
Yeah,
can
I
find
was
here.
still gonna go up here
Yeah. We stopped searching because
because everyone
That was
almost
end of
died.
Yeety's
Yeah,
at one
so
health,
here,
so
let me-
he slumped against the wall.
Let me
Well, we did a long rest.
Well, yeah,
We did a long rest.
Yeah, and let me do this for you guys. Can everybody just see now?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. I will just do that, assuming that you have like
Yeah, so we're
You
not like
wandered around and everything.
Wise rolls are in the goats.
I fell
Just in
asleep
the
with the
goat.
goats where the game ended.
Yeah,
We took a long rest. I was with the goats.
we
Someone
moved
grabbed
over
my
here to the
unconscious
fire,
body.
but I think we were the
Oh.
only ones that actually like moved our tokens there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Clearly, I would be amongst my people to go.
Yeah. Rolzer went to sleep with the goats to heal up,
Yeah.
and I think Klana had the idea that people were going to come back here and like resuscitate this fire for the camping that you guys were doing.
There, and
So-
starting a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I would assume everybody's here. Did everybody long rest? Is everybody good on that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys hunker down in the Veerbeeg's cave after a tooth and nail battle with what you thought was potentially one Veerbeeg, but turned out to be a Veerbeeg, his ogre friend, his pet bear, and his
His wife.
Veerbeeg lover.
Hey guys, fuck that bear. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna say
So you guys have
I'm not gonna fuck a bear. I don't even think that's legal.
you
it.
guys
It's the guy. It's the bear. Sorry,
Everything's
You guys have
legal in
added an
Icewind Dale,
additional-
Brendan. There's no laws here.
Kyle, let him speak.
You guys have added an additional 4 monsters to your monster slaying tally. And yeah, you hunkered down in the Veerbeeg's cave. I assume you got the fire going again, so that was nice and roaring because it is a big fire. Rested, and you guys awakened to the sound of driving wind past the cave mouths. And yeah, the soft bleating of goats and sheep I suppose.
Rolls pops out of the go pen. Hair kind of messy.
Meh.
Tries to slick it back. How's everyone doing? Because not gonna lie, yesterday sucked for me.
Oh, rough. We should probably get the meat on to the places back there, shouldn't we? Anyone want to help me gather that stuff up? I don't want to spend more time in this place.
I will in a second, but I think that last Veerbeeg that stabbed me dropped something outside the cave. I'm gonna go sneak and see if there's anything cool over there. So
Oh, freeze to death, Rolzer, please.
Well, it was right by the entrance to the cave. I'll be back in like 3 minutes.
Oh, what time of day is it?
Well, I felt like it was early evening when we initially got to this cave, then stopped. Then we went in and did the fight, and that took, not forever, and then we did some exploring.
Yeah.
I would assume it's early morning the next day after our long rest. That's the kind of vibe I got.
That all sounds 100% accurate and correct. It's early morning.
It's good with me.
Okay.
Sure.
I do ask though, mostly because just to remind you guys, you can choose. I will allow you guys to decide what lighting condition you're operating under at a time after a long rest, right? Because there's a couple periods.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So if you wanted to extend the rest, but early morning is fine for what we're doing here. It's not going to be very important. So.
Yeah, and also Grigori's right. Let's grab everything that's valuable and get the hell out, and get the mead. So I'm going to go back to where I saw the Lady Veerbeeg drop the shiny, and see if there was anything valuable.
Okay. Give me a quick investigation check.
Okay.
You get to the entrance of the cave, or the exit to the cave, you have to start relying on your dark vision, and it is, well, not necessarily blizzarding, it is a heavy snow. There are thick flakes falling, making vision difficult with dark vision.
Oh, not bad. I have a +0, so 18.
Okay, so it doesn't take you very long.
Okay.
You have a pretty good recollection of where they were dropped. So rummaging around for just a couple minutes, you manage to find a couple of scattered metal fragments on the ground. You look at them and they're odd. They're oddly shaped. And give me an intelligence. Give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Got a +2 in that. Oh, natural 19, 21.
Okay. So looking at the metal more closely, you realize through your understanding of Arcana and other planes and stuff that this is not a metal that one would expect to find anywhere in this world on this plane of existence.
Oh, okay. Do I know exactly what it is, or just that it's not of this plane?
You just recognize it as something not of this plane.
Okay. I will put that in my pack, and I will, if there's nothing else, I will go back in the cave and see what else the crew needs help with.
All right, what else is going on?
I'm gonna snoop up around here where the ogre came from, I think, originally, or something did.
The ogre did. You are
the ogre did.
Yogurt.
Okay, Kyle. You head down that cave, and it's very rough-hewn, and you see in the middle of it a pit that is crudely excavated in the middle of the floor and 10 feet wide. And if you peek over it, you see that it drops down about 20 feet, and then the bottom of it is littered with bones and trash and filth, and it smells terrible.
All right, lots of treasure there. Solve the mystery of where the ogre shits.
Okay, cask folk. What are the cask folk up to?
Making conversations about loading up the casks into an area and getting the goats herded together, maybe.
Okay, so Grigori, you have a sled, correct?
I left my sled back at the initial point when we found the creature that led us into the woods after
Well, maybe
the
we
first
can use this card
murder
over
spree.
here.
I was gonna say there's a
Yeah,
cart
That
here.
cart has a broken wheel.
Broken wheel. If we could fix
well,
that.
Yeah, because just a note here. Each of those casks is a nice round 200 pounds, baby.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
we,
How
we,
many of
we
them
need to
are
fix
there?
this cart. There's 2 that are full with mead. There's an empty one, a third empty one.
Okay.
Well, let me see if
Well-
I can fix that cart. Yeedy wanders over there and tries to fix the cart, if that's a
Does
thing he
Yeedy-
can do.
Does Yeedy know repair? Isn't there a spell like a cantrip?
There's
There's
mending.
mend,
There's
but he
mending
doesn't know
cantrip.
that. He's just gonna
Yeah,
try
okay.
to do it.
Okay, give me a second then.
Performance check.
I don't think I have any spells.
Performing as if he
Yeah.
seems like he knows what
Fake
he's
it
doing.
till you make it, baby. The card is
Hey, that's the Yeedy way.
boy. Let's see. All right, I think I'm gonna have to get.
I like to think Rolzer walks back into the cave as Edie's trying to fix the cart.
Where am I? Okay. What does that feel like? Does that feel like a survival check?
I would think survival.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a tool check almost.
A tool check?
They're
yeah, but that would still be survival. Like if you had a toolkit, like that might give you advantage or something if you're proficient in like tools, but that'd still be a survival check.
Here's Dan. Dan's read all the rule books front to back.
No. I just watch a lot
Rule-
of
Dan,
or
coming
maybe
in
or
here.
maybe a multiple
party.
a multiple check. Investigate to figure out how to fix it, and then a survival to figure out like if I can jerry rig it.
Sure. Do you have any sort of tools proficiency?
Yeah. I'm proficient with a flute.
Okay, that's not going to help you.
It says tools flute.
Wait, where would
so-
you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Where? I have navigator's tools.
I have thieves' tools.
Don't
I
know
have
that those
tinker
help us
tools.
with a wheel.
The Tinker
But-
tools.
Tinker tools
But
might
The
help.
tinker
yeah.
tools could help.
Oh, tinker tools.
Having
know.
said that, Yeedy is over
Father
here
Gregorian-
trying to do
Yes.
it right now.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I was gonna say we should all, the 3 of us should all be trying to figure this out. if
Okay,
we're
so
gonna try to
Yeedy,
be-
so Yeedy is trying to fix the card. He's taking it upon himself, and
I'll go over.
Father Gregorian, well, at least Ophira is standing behind him, hands on hips,
Yeah.
watching judgingly, or what's
I've-
the?
Also,
I was to say, yeah, if this is long enough, I've made my way back into the out of the cold back into the cave to check the progress of peeps.
Whoa, Tensor's floating disc. Is this a spell that you now have?
What this?
Yes. So while Yeedy was over there working on the cart thing, Ophira was helping me separate the barrels so that there were 2 of them together. And I pull out a book and I read an incantation, and boop, Tensor's floating disc appears.
Tensor's floating disc.
The spell creates a circular horizontal plane of force 3 feet in diameter and 1 inch thick that floats 3 feet above the ground in an unoccupied space of my choice that I can see within this range. It remains for the duration and can hold up to 500 pounds. If more weight is placed on it, the spell ends and everything on the disc falls to the ground.
Yeah.
It's immobile while I am within 20 feet of it. If I move more than 20 feet away from it, the disc follows me so that it remains within 20 feet
Right.
of us both.
Yeah. No, it's cool. I was interested in the duration because you have it for an hour, and it took
1
you
whole
guys-
hour.
Yeah, and it took you guys 8 since you left the sled. So
I
just
feel like he's just using that to get it to the cart.
yeah, just something to bear in mind.
This
I would-
man has metagamed the crap out of my play right there, and I'm so proud of him.
I wasn't trying to. It just seemed like what you were trying to do.
That's exactly what I was trying to do. But I guess I won't be doing that now, so that's what I'm doing.
All right, good night. I'll just leave.
What does your Tensor's floating disc look like?
Purple,
Kind of translucent.
yeah, energy barrier, just a light little thing, kind
But
of
it's-
shadowy.
but
It
it's
almost
purple?
looks like there's, yeah, like a deep purple, like a night purple, you know?
Okay. Doesn't take on any
that's
like.
cool.
Doesn't look like a headstone or anything. Like,
No, it's nothing like that. It's just like a very
got a giant
comforting,
weed
deep
leaf in
purple.
the middle.
It has like if it kind of shimmers in a way that it looks like fog is rolling off the edges of it.
Nice. Okay. So Ophira, before, I mean, Yeedy has already eagerly run off down the cavern to
Yeah.
check into the wagon. And you see this happen. You see Grigori summon this, and you have, because you might, as a player, not have enough knowledge, I'm going to let you know that your character has enough knowledge to recognize that this is dissimilar from the type of magic that you've seen Father Grigori tapping into in previous adventures.
Okay.
So you see it happen. And then Grigori, you start levitating it to the...
Yeah, I guess that one. Thank you for your help, Ophira. We can probably get these to the cart much faster, 2 at a time, because they're very heavy. I wonder how... Yeeti, how are you doing with the cart up there, as I come around the corner with this?
How am I
Do you
doing with
need
the cart?
help?
Oh, let's find out, but also real quick, Yeety, you would, like, immediately recognize a Tensor's floating disc as a piece of arcane magic that you have never known Father Grigori to have the capability for.
Oh, okay.
So roll us an investigation check, I suppose, for figuring out how
Before he
wheel
does
came
that,
off.
have I had enough time to come back in and see what he's doing and try and give him guidance?
Give
Al-
Yeety guidance?
Yeah, to try and help with the fixing.
Like the
Well, hold on.
spell, not advice.
Let the investigation happen first.
Okay.
9.
A 9? Is
Yes,
that combined?
That is a 9. Yeah, it's a 9.
Okay,
Yeety's,
all right.
Yeety's
So
not
I'm,
smart.
yeah, hold on.
Floating.
I'm running a system in my head right now. So we're gonna say
Do you need help?
so we're gonna make it. Okay. All right. You look at the cart and how generally confident is Yeety? Pretty confident,
Oh,
right?
he's convinced he can do whatever he
Generally
sets his head
confident,
to.
reporting for duty.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you look at the cart for a while, and you think you have a pretty good idea of why the wheel came off.
Okay.
And then I suppose after you, like, as you're figuring that out, doing your investigating, Rolzer enters the cave, Grigori enters the cave with Ophira. Klana is. Are you like
I've
digging
come
through the
back
shit,
from
or
the
you came
chip.
back?
No,
Okay.
I was not in tights.
Okay. So Klana is also there. So Rolzer, it felt like you had something you wanted to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna see that Yeety's trying to fix the cart, and I was like, oh, good idea. How's that going? You figure out what's wrong?
Yeah, I think I can get this thing up in just a minute.
Well, that sounds great. How about I just give you a little guidance just to, you don't need it, but why don't I just help you out anyway? And I tap him on the shoulder and give him guidance.
Always so helpful.
All right.
I'm gonna go up and also take a look at what's going on.
Okay. Ophira, go ahead and make an investigation check as well.
Eight.
The wheel is not on the wagon.
Ophira, you look at it, and you are also pretty confident that you have figured out the point of disconnect and what could be done to fix it. Now, I don't know if are you just observing and keeping it to yourself, or are you attempting to, like, point things out?
Oh, I would be trying to point things out too.
Does
I feel like
Does Ophira assume that she is more capable in this matter than Yeety is?
Probably.
Okay.
I was a pirate.
Does Yeety assume that Ophira might be more capable in this matter? Would Yeety heed
Would he
advice
defer?
given by Ophira? Like, Ophira, you're like leaning over and saying to him, "I think this is the problem."
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know,
Okay.
man. I think
Yeety would probably be like, "Oh yeah, okay, yeah," then just like keep doing what he's doing while just going, yeah.
Okay. Pretending to acknowledge it, but not actually acknowledging it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a deception check, and Ophira roll roll an insight.
Oh, this is
I'm gonna
perfect.
move up over to these two and be like, "Oh, we're gonna be here a while. How y'all doing?"
12.
16.
Elvira, you can tell that Edie is not taking your advice. You can tell that he is simply placating you, but has no intention of listening to the things that you're saying.
You're
a
so
son of a
helpful,
bitch, you know that,
Elvira.
right?
Fight it out.
And then,
Ah.
Dan, did you come and ask the other boys how they're doing?
Yeah, I was just like, well, I feel like those two have it well in hand, and I'm not going to get in between them. So, y'all good? Y'all okay from yesterday? Y'all get stabbed a lot too?
No, not yesterday. Barely got stabbed with those. Remarkably
I mean-
unstabbable for me.
I mean,
Oh,
I
that's
got like moderately stabbed, like a medium
Oh,
stabbing.
Oh. Well, I
right in
got
the
I got-
morals, Klana. Do you want
Yeah.
to salve for that? I have a salve for the morals.
Also, while these two are working on the cart,
Pulls out
Uh,
fish juice.
oh, well, I was going to say, hey, Grigori, remember
That's
that
my
female
favorite salve.
Verity we saw outside then came and stabbed me a bunch?
Oh, you the thing out there. Yes, I do remember yesterday. What about
You-
it?
Do you know what these are? And I pull out the strange metal fragments I found, and I was like, I know that these aren't from our plane. Do you know what on earth this is? It isn't Chardolin.
Well, I can tell you right now that if it's not from our plane, I cannot tell you what on earth it is.
Do you know what kind of material
He
this
like
is?
pops his head up over the cart and goes, "Valid point," and then like starts working on the wheel again.
I put my hand
All
on
right,
it
yeah,
and I'll do
Edie,
it.
give me a survival real quick.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
That's a natural 20. All right.
Yes, so 23. I think that's my first nat 20 of the campaign.
Okay, so Yeety, you very deftly you get the wheel up, maybe with the aid of a little magic. Maybe you're using a little light magic to help float it and position it. You kind of lock it back against the spoke where it's fallen off, and it chunks on there like solidly. It's not. There's no looseness. There's no disconnect. There's no gaps. You've got it on there well and good, and then comes the finessey bit. And I need you to make one more check, a sleight of hand.
Oh no. 9.
That one.
No, not that. No, not that bad. Just not that great. It's a 9.
Okay. You adroitly maneuver the locking mechanism that needs to. I don't know anything about how wagon wheels work, but there's
All
a
sounds good to
mechanism
me.
on this one. There's a mechanism on this one that
It's
has
called
to be
opinion 'cause
manipulated
it sounds good.
in a certain way to hold the
According
wheel.
to Red Dead
hex
Redemption 2,
pin.
you just kick it.
Yeah.
There's a hex pin that goes in and it locks the clamp down so that the wheel stays on
Exactly.
within the well.
Exactly, and
Perfect.
you found the pin nearby for this one, and it was rusty and bent out of shape. You know, you managed to finagle it, and you get it into its proper place on the wheel. As it gets in there, you do notice that it hits a point. It does not go all the way through. It gets most of the way through, but you can't seem to get it entirely through. But you feel pretty confident in the wagon's ability to.
Edie stands up and sort of does one of these and goes, "Oh, I think that'll do the trick. Thanks for your help, Elvira. You were really helpful back there." Him not realizing that she completely saw through his bullshit and just like wanting to be nice to everybody. Very helpful. Thank you, Elvira. He notices the discs for the first time. Learned some new tricks, did we, Father Grigori?
Yeah, it is a thing that I think might be very helpful for us. Speaking of which, these things right here, and I pull out my book, and I would like to...
Do I know what school it is really quick? I'm sorry.
Roll an Arcana check.
I'm staring daggers into Yeety.
I look
He's
at
just
Quan-
kind of like looks at a fire and is like, doesn't understand, and then just kind of okay.
I like to think
20,
just
not
leads into
natural.
Quan. It's like, so what are the chances that Elvira eats Yeety in the near future?
You will hold no secrets from me.
I don't think he heard that.
I
think
think he
that was-
might. I don't know. It might kill him, but I don't think she'd eat him unless she had to. I don't think she acquired a taste for Yeti flavored human.
Do I hear that?
Al, it's conjuration. Does he hear that?
Wait, do I hear that?
I'm not trying to be loud. I just kind of lean and whisper it in Klena's ear.
Right.
All right.
I mean, if you both want to make attempts to hear it, roll perceptions. Active perceptions.
14.
Can I roll anything? Can I roll anything against it since I whispered it or no?
9.
Neither of you hear that.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I was just giving him a
On a
high
roll.
DC since you were making efforts to not be heard.
Okay.
Okay.
Plus,
Yeeti,
Father Gregory is in the middle of casting a spell as well.
and Yeeti, it's conjuration. You recognize this as a
Okay.
type of conjuration magic.
Oh, okay. Oh, you have identify. That's cool.
Okay, you're using identify on
The metal.
the
that
metal
was-
fragments.
Yep.
Okay. Let me just read it one more time.
Mhm.
Yeah. So these metal shards, though, like alien in design and serving a function that you can't decipher, and not clearly, but not of this world, do not seem to be imbued with any type of magic.
Cool. Yeah, I have no idea what type of wonky metal.
They're not. They're not imbued with that. Identify would tell you exactly. They're not imbued with
Yep.
magic.
They look like. Yeah, I've got no idea for you, Rolzer. However, best of luck with your metals. If it starts poisoning townships, I might ask you to relinquish it to me, and we will find a way to destroy it. But until then, make your money's worth. Yeezy,
Well,
great
actually-
job, by the way, on that cart over there. Hey, could we start loading up these barrels? I want to get out of here. I'm gonna go back for 2 more, and I start getting up there and like to heft them off the disc.
There were only 2 barrels total, right?
There's 3 barrels total. One of them is empty.
One of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one of them got drowned.
How heavy is the empty one?
I mean, I guess
It's a good
barrels are
question.
like
It's a
worth
20. It's a
some.
barrel. It holds 20 gallons of mead. So I mean, significantly lighter without the mead. Because
I would
50
say no
pounds?
more than 50 pounds. Yeah.
yeah, I would say that's probably about in the wheelhouse.
Does this cart look big enough to hold all 3 of those barrels?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a big cart. Yeah.
All right.
You can
Well.
stack them in there comfortably.
All right. Well. Gregory thinks we should get all these sheep and goats together. So, Elfira, I think
definitely
you're the
do.
best. I think you're the best suited for that. And if you want, I can help you while these 3 get the barrels.
They're
Alright.
very good goods. They won't give you trouble.
Okay, so just real quick, an empty barrel of about that size would be like 35 pounds. So
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Science.
I looked it up.
Yay, science.
Yay, science.
Okay, so you guys are loading the barrels up. Sorry.
Hey, I'm gonna kind of tap Edie and ask, like, hey, could you help me out with something? And head up towards
Absolutely. I follow him.
this guy.
Okay.
Well, then I'll go help Gregory then. I mean, if no one else is helping him with the barrels, I'll go help Gregory.
Elfira, were you helping Gregory with the barrels when he asked?
Yeah, I was helping him sort them earlier.
Yeah, but he just went back to get more and asked for people to help him. What is Elfira doing right now?
Oh, is anybody helping him with the barrels?
I'm gonna go help.
Rolzer's going off with him.
All right. Well, I have.
I mean, I'm asking essentially because if you go with them, then you go with them to help. But if you don't, you see Klana and Yeeti wander off together.
Oh, I was gonna go get the goats, wasn't I? Yeah. Okay. I'll go. Yeah. I'll go get the goats then. And
Go. Get the goats. Okay. All right. So, Rolzer
And the sheep too, Elfira.
Rolzer and Grigori, I assume
the
there's
sheep.
nothing like fancy happening with you guys. You're just loading
No,
up
the
other
barrel.
tensors and okay. Klana, Yi, what's going on?
What do you need,
So
Klana?
I saw this before, and it looked like it's something we could actually get off. But I'm just referring to like the sarcophagus lid.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah, just to remind you real quick for this room, 10-foot high, 15-foot square room, and then there's a big rectangular sarcophagus in the middle and pictographs on the back wall detailing that tribe's journey.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, let's do it.
all right.
Let's remove this
But
thing.
I don't like my chances of getting it off by myself.
So I guess we try to team lift this this sarcophagus
Yeah.
open.
Or just push it off.
Yeah.
Okay. What?
I don't think we're gonna just get.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
slab.
Let's see. Hold on. Sorry, I need to. I don't have everybody's character sheet open yet. That's on me.
What?
I'm just sitting there like, so what do you think this mead tastes like, Grigori? Hope it's good.
I'm gonna talk to these animals.
Let's
to these
find out,
goats
shall we?
and
And I
sheep.
got to open up the barrel.
Oh, I don't stop you at all.
Edie and Klana, your combined efforts trying to remove the lid of the sarcophagus are yielding no result. Yeah. You're trying to push, and it's maybe shifting like very slightly, but the
Does it
longer
feel like
you
it's catching on something, or like it's just way too fucking heavy?
it just feels like it's
You
very
just
heavy. It doesn't
need more-
feel out of the realm of possibility, but it's very heavy.
Klana, I've got an idea, but I'll need you to move out of the way.
Uh-oh.
Fair enough.
So stand behind me here. And Yeety casts a level 2 thunder wave to just try to produce as much force as he can. So he claps his hands together and a wave just of force shoots out. It's very loud and you're in a cave, so I'm sure you guys all just hear like boom.
Great. Now all the goats and the sheep are terrified.
They lived with an ogre and 2 giants. I feel like loud noises aren't really gonna be like, oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that work. Yeah. So
Fuck yeah.
you do your sonic wave, and the lid of the sarcophagus, along with like any debris, or small rocks, like anything that is not immediately tied to the ground, is just like blown back with it. Let's give me it's like 4d8, right, for a level 2.
For a level 2, I think
No, it's
that's
3d8.
3d8, yeah.
Yeah, so give me the 3d8 just for an idea of magnitude.
Uh, 13.
Okay. All right. So yeah, it is swept back with considerable force. The lid of the sarcophagus slams into the pictograph adorning the back wall, damaging it in the process as it falls to the ground.
Whoopsies.
But it does
Ultra
blow
wide
back.
They're not using it anymore.
It does blow back and fall to the ground with an incredible thud. And everybody else in the cave, I'll assume at this point that Rolzer and Grigori are maybe here, or are you guys are doing
They might be slightly.
No, that's about right.
so
Yeah,
you guys are if you guys are moving the barrel back, you're about here. Ophira, you're getting ready to talk to these goats, and there is just an enormous sound as if a thunderclap has happened elsewhere in the cave, made
Because
all the
it
louder, made all the louder by the narrow confines of the passages. It just echoes and reverberates and like scares the hell out of pretty much all of you. And the
Roll
goats
for
and the
hard
sheep-
attack check.
the goats and the sheep as well, that all begin moving to the back of the cave and huddling together. So let's real quick, Ophira, what's going on?
I was gonna talk to these goats.
You're going to talk to them with
Yes,
speak with
speak
animals.
with animals. Yep.
Okay, had you already used it
Uh,
at this point? I would assume.
yeah. When I was gonna go talk to them before
Right. So we'll say
when
that.
when Yeety and Klana went off.
Okay. So we'll say you were like just saying hello to them when the thunderclap occurred and they all ran to the back. So
Yeah.
what do you?
Uh,
I guess can you like hear them? How does this work? You gain the ability to comprehend and. Okay, yeah. So the thunderclap happens and you hear them all in the back just going, what, loud, what, no, loud, what? Just a
Guys.
bunch of different animal voices.
it's okay, guys. I think it was just my friend doing something stupid. You guys are safe, okay?
They look towards you and they continue to bleat, but now they've added the word who? What? Who?
We're friends. We're friends. We won't hurt you. You guys are okay. You guys are safe with us. I promise.
Okay, go ahead and roll me we'll call it animal handling or persuasion, your choice.
Animal handling. 12. Oh no, that's 12.
With your bonus?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So some of
Classic rolls.
some of the goats begin to calm down. One of them remains a little shaken, and most of the sheep seem to remain shaken, for they are less stoic animal than the goats.
Classic.
So some of them are still bleating loudly in the back, but one of the goats, having heard you, comes strutting up to the pen entrance and looks at you and bleats, "Who?"
Hi, I'm Ophira. I'm a friend. We may have killed the people who were the ogres that were taking care of you before. But if you come with us and follow us to town, you'll be well taken care of by some new people.
He looks past you, and for the first time, like, what is the ogre's corpse still just laying there?
I
in
mean,
that
like,
room
it's not like we lugged it away,
where
right?
you guys slept for
Well,
8 hours.
I'd say so.
It's cold in the Dale. It's natural
What are we gonna do?
refrigeration.
The goat like looks
It's
past
like a
you.
tauntaun. Sliced it open.
The goat like looks past you and looks at the ogre's corpse and then looks back at you and goes, "Not sleeping?"
No, he's not sleeping.
The goat turns around and looks at all the other animals gathered in the pen and begins to bleat, "Dad! Dad!
Oh, no.
Dad!" And
It's
all
fine.
the other animals turn and look at him and look out and see the corpse of the ogre and all join in what sounds
Dad!
like a
Dad!
joyful chorus. Dad!
Dad!
Oh,
Dad!
okay, they're happy about it. That's good.
Yeah,
okay,
so then the goat looks back up at you and says, "Thank you. He ate us."
Oh, yeah. No. We won't do that. I hope.
Better not.
No,
Do they hear the I hope part?
come with us, and we will bring you into a town if you can follow us all
Home?
the way. Yes, home. I think.
The goat
Where is your home?
The goat turns around and begins to bleat again. "Home! Home!" And again, all the animals join in an
I
exciting
like this
chorus.
this point
Oh.
goat.
And yeah, they all kind of like begin to shuffle up towards you, bleating home, and now looking at you imploringly. And
Oh my God! Has
yeah,
Ophira
Do you
become
guys
the
remember
goat
where
queen?
your home is?
Oh my! No, wait. I was just gonna say, did Jen actually successfully handle an animal for the first time in the campaign?
No, Ophira did.
Ophira
Oh,
just is like walking out of the cave with goats, just like, I am the queen of goats.
yeah, they tell you good mead.
Okay. Yes. Okay. We'll take you home. Yeah.
So okay,
There are
at this
people.
point-
There
at
are
this point,
people
we're-
waiting for you.
so at this point, how did Grigori and Rolzer react to the thunderclap? Because
Do we share our full conversation on roll 20?
I mean, it's right there. I think if you want to go through it, we can do it.
Yeah. We went to get the empty barrel, and I was like, "Man, I hope this is good mead." And
Let's find out if it's good meat.
oh, okay, so
he cracked open an open barrel, and we're like, "Ah, shit, we got to try this later." But he's like, "Well, let's take it back, and I'll jump inside to scare them." And then as
And
we're
then-
trying to plot that out, we hear the bang, and we're like, "Oh shit, what was that?"
And I was
then-
like,
Oh, Gregori's inside of a barrel.
Yeah, so
I'm
I
gonna
was
hang
gonna,
out in here. It tastes like good meat, so you let me know if you need me, okay,
Okay.
Rolzer?
and then I was gonna go back
So-
and check. Yeah.
so are you guys bringing the empty barrel back to the cart right
Yeah.
now?
Yes,
Yeah.
and then he was gonna stay in it once we got on the cart and hide it, and I was gonna go check on those two.
Okay, so you guys enter the room that Ophira is in, And Ophira doesn't see you right away, I think, because she's talking to the. You see Ophira talking to the goats. And
So
the
she's
sheep.
bleeding and stuff.
Yeah, you see her like bleeding and stuff to the goats and the sheep, and you see them like you come in at the point of the conversation where they're like huddling up towards her. And also, Rolzer just comes walking in with a barrel on Tensor's floating disc, and there's no sign of Grigori. So the man responsible for this spell is nowhere to be seen.
Actually, technically, he couldn't be on the disc because he has to be 20 feet away from it.
I'm within the barrel, and you can push the barrel with me in it.
Yeah, I think we can let it happen.
All right,
I think there's no reason to get.
All right, then I will as he works his way back. I assume to float his way back to the cart, or I push him back to the cart. I look over at Fire and go, "Oh, nice work," and I will continue to push the barrel towards the cart, and also after that, figure out like.
All right. Meanwhile, back in
the exploded sarcophagus.
Klana, you're rubbing your ears a little bit. You got a little bit of somebody just fired a shotgun.
Little bit ringing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, despite that though, I see the lid like blown clean off and way too loudly congratulate you.
Like,
Yeah, you're beautiful.
Like after rock concert loud.
Exactly. Yes.
Whoa,
Reedie's response in kind.
Wrong thing.
Edie sort of does the like stand on his tippy toes, but don't get any closer to it because he's a little bit scared of like the sarcophagus and like tries to just peer over the edge.
Yeah, Klana very much like jumps over and is scrabbling around for goodies.
Okay, so inside is it's a small tomb, and
I understand that, Brendan. My bad.
There are the bones of what you assume to be a human in there. Whatever garb they were wearing is reduced to nothing but dust and tatters at this point. And their left hand, their bony left, they're crossed over their chest, and their bony left hand is clutching some sort of orb that is mostly obscured by the hand. And in their right hand is a sturdy-looking wand.
I cast Detect Magic.
There's no magic in either of them. They're purely ceremonial.
It's actually
Not everything in the world is magic.
Listen, with how often I've casted Detect Magic, I know.
All right. So they're both magic.
Is Brennan
the
frozen?
Skeleton magic?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like he is.
In a very weird
Great
Oh, I'm taking a fucking screenshot of that one.
Actually, from now unemployed has become more relaxed than anyone could possibly imagine.
Yeah, so you can tell that they both bear powerful enchantments, Edie, but you don't detect any like specific school of magic for either of them.
Okay.
I'm kind of looking over at Edie after him casting the spell. Like,
they're definitely magical. I can't really say much more than that.
All right. So I just kind of like make a little sign and go and grab the orb.
You grab the orb.
Yes.
How does identifying magic items work in 5th edition?
I mean, you can cast Identify. I think
Yeah.
you can use Knowledge Arcana. I think with Detect Magic, you can like focus it to determine the school or something like that. But
yeah, these don't.
I don't think you can like.
I think you need to identify
I don't think there's any way to
or attune to it and get lucky and have it do something.
I just thought like maybe if it's enchanted, it might even be just like an arcana check or something like that.
Yeah, Yidi
I know you
Yidi
can
goes to grab the
identify
wand,
it through
but he
knowledge or magic.
He like grabs it like in between two fingers, like maybe it's gross.
Okay. I mean, if you both are if one of you is grabbing the orb and one of you is grabbing the wand, you in whichever amount of caution you choose to remove them, there is no noteworthy occurrence on their removal from the grave.
Okay. Yidi kind of looks over
Hey,
at
it's
Klana
not
and goes,
trap.
well, it doesn't seem like we're cursed, so I guess here we are. And
I mean,
puts the wand in
I
like his
figure
chest
if
pocket.
there was something, you might have just blown it away to begin with. So good on you.
Yeah, it was pretty good. His Yidi
Just
still
sonically blew
yells.
away a curse.
So
Yeah,
just
smeared
real
on the wall.
just real quick, here's what it has to say. If you handle the item, it's enough for you to realize that there's something extraordinary about it, and then identify spells the fastest way. Alternatively, you can focus on an item during a short rest while being in physical contact with it to learn how to use it. And that's, I believe, it.
Okay.
You can also try wearing them or like experimenting with using them and do stuff like that if you don't want to take either of those options. But current standing is Edie, you are in possession of an orb that you realize is magical.
I do not have the orb.
I got the
Oh,
orb.
the wand. You have the
Yeah,
wand.
I have the
and
wand.
Klana, you have the orb.
Well,
they're
Yidi
both-
being stupid, he doesn't actually put it in. He just kind of takes it and like waves it at the wall to see if anything happens. He certainly
This
doesn't
fucking
know
fireball.
how to activate it or anything. I don't know if that's required. I don't know how wands work. And that is actually true meta
right.
and in-game.
So we'll say for this particular one,
Brendan, can we hear you?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh,
Now I
yes.
that hold on, give me 1 second.
No, you need to know everything now.
Okay, so you swing it, and you can tell that it wants something, like it wants something channeled through it. It doesn't do anything
Okay.
inherently on its own, but you sense like in trying to make it do something, you sense that it's like almost asking you for the arcane fuel, is the sense you get from this wand.
Okay. I try it again while like using shocking
I'm going to
grasp
take
or something
several
like
steps
that.
back.
Well,
Like
using
trying
what?
to
From
shocking grasp, like trying to channel some sort of magic into the wand or something.
I'm taking some steps back, but I'm
Hopefully
too
without
interested
destroying
to, like,
it.
straight up leave and not see what might happen.
So shocking grasp is a touch spell. Are you trying to cast it on anything in
Yes.
particular? Or are you doing a firebolt, which is just a thing that you can shoot?
I guess I'll do like a firebolt. I'll try to like channel
Okay.
a firebolt through it or something. Yeah.
Okay, so you swing it and channel a firebolt where? What general direction? The floor, the wall?
Just like towards the wall that I've already damaged.
Okay, so you fire it off towards the damage roll. Go ahead and make your ranged attack there.
Okay.
You missed the wall.
19.
Okay, that's actually a 20 as you feel the firebolt surge through your body and then additionally through the wand, further refining and strengthening the magic just a small bit. And this is a Wand of the War Mage +1, which gives you a +1 bonus to spell attack rolls.
It's so exciting.
In addition, you feel a bit more control over the course of the firebolt once it's in the air than you have felt before, and you can ignore half cover when making a spell attack.
Nice.
Oh.
So I can throw
Well, you-
curveballs, is what you're telling me.
Yes, you can throw curveballs and your spell attack.
You can do the movie Taken, but with firebolts.
Cool. It's what'd you say it was called? So I can add
It's
it?
called a Wand of the War Mage.
Okay.
And it is a +1 variant. There is a
+1
+2 and a
variant,
+3 variant as well. But
Perfect. Cool. I was
Yeah,
so
I'm just
afraid that
wondering
if I
if,
channeled the spell through, I
I'm-
would blow it up. That's why I like almost stopped
Yeah.
and was like, do I really want to do this? I don't want to blow this item up.
Yeah, no, it's just a neat spellcasting catalyst that makes things a little better. A
So
little more
Yeedy
likely
does
to-
that and then turns around to Klana and goes, "Oh, this
Now we just gotta figure out this one.
Yeah, rolls are. I feel like at this point, it's like, am I have enough time to like just come up and say like, what the hell happened?
Nothing important.
at
We
this
just
point?
got some cool stuff.
Yeah, at this point, yes. So yeah.
So
definitely."
I pop up like, are you guys all right? We just heard a loud bang. What the hell happened?
Oh, Fire, are you coming with it?
Am I done with the goats
open the
at
chest.
this point?
So hold on, just real quick, before we go any further with that. Yeah, Grigori. I mean, let's cut back to you guys real quick then. Klana entered with the empty floating barrel and Tensor's disc
Or, I mean,
Without
Grigori
Grigori.
without Grigori and said, you know, oh, good work. Is that what you said to her?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
said like, oh, good
Yeah.
job. And I
Not
pushed
not
up.
impressed by the fact that you're not very impressed by the fact that you're talking to goats. He just said good job, and that was you wrapping the goat conversation and him entering the room. So what developed? Did anything develop between you guys?
I would just make sure the Grigori barrel ends up in the cart like I told them I would do, and then I'd probably just say because he and I, Rolls and
Where
I,
is Grigori?
oh, he's hiding. Don't worry about it. He's gonna do a thing.
I'm sorry, what?
It's good. It's all. Oh, you're just telling Ophira that.
Yeah, I figure at this point it's only really gonna work on Yeedy and Klana.
Grigori's not. Are you
Yeah,
exclaiming
because
from the barrel?
I walked.
We can't hear you.
Brennan,
Yeah,
Brennan, we
you
can't hear
got way quiet.
Oh, you're doing that on purpose. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I get it.
You're not like poking out to. Okay, all right. Because I assume you can hear.
Okay,
these
no, I
conversations.
see the barrel on a floating disc without Grigori, wondering how this disc is still floating without Grigori.
because
Right.
Grigori's spell is still active until I put
So
it on the
I'm-
cart.
Aware when Rolzer tells you that he's in the barrel, you're like,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
right.
figured. Like you got it already.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get it.
Jakes.
So I
All
put
right, all right.
I put
I'll,
Grigori barrel.
My little pranks roll there.
all right, all right, all right.
I didn't tell the other two. I'm letting you do it to them. So I put Grigori barrel in its proper location, and then I'll be like, I'm gonna go figure out what the hell that noise was, and I will go up this way.
Ophira. I mean, I assume you're saying that to Ophira,
Yeah, I'm
right?
saying it to Elvira.
Oh, okay. I'll just stick with the goats to keep them calm.
She's the goat queen
Okay.
now.
Okay, so
Yeah,
okay, so now
I'm one
now-
of them now, so
now Rolzer has
Bye.
interrupted.
they've accepted
Rolzer
me as one of their own.
Rolzer has showed up right after Klana has said, "Now we just got to figure out what to do with this one."
And I just pop up going through the hallway, seeing Klana. What the hell? Is everything all right?
Yeah, we got some treasure. Open the chest, so to speak.
It just
Oh.
yeah, the sarcophagus was just a little stubborn. Nothing to worry about.
Oh,
Not with this
all
one.
right. But you guys got stuff?
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, you'll have
you
to
know what
speak
this
up
is?
a little louder. We're hard of hearing.
Yeah,
at the moment.
we're also just like shouting our answers.
Yeah, we're like yelling at you.
All right. Well, all right. So you found something. All right. So what'd you find?
Well, he got some sort of wand that seems to make his magic better.
I've got this
and
thing,
then
and
we
he
got
like
this. And
holds it up to the
Oh.
sky and fires a firebolt through it, like accidentally, as if it like pulled the firebolt out of him. Oh shit!
Oh.
whatever this is, and I've just
Oh.
got the orb.
Oh, well, I have some experience in various magical artifacts. When I have to take a look at it, maybe I can figure out what it does.
Knock yourself out.
All right. I will take the orb and I will
I
try
don't
and
actually.
Oh, that's true. You do.
I
Actually,
do.
you do
Yeah.
actually. Let's do.
Let's all do the hop.
Trying to
Arcana.
think of based on your. I mean, yeah, Arcana kind of makes sense, but like, it's not quite. I think I'm gonna go with. Arcana would make sense if you were like a studied magician, but this is more of like occupational knowledge, right?
So we
So
do like a general like wisdom or intelligence check.
let's do.
Yeah, you could just do the stat and proficiency bonus.
Yeah, I'm thinking like perception though.
You wanna
No,
do
no, not perception. Let's do insight.
Insight.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a nice call.
All right. Insight get +3. Okay.
Pictures of this before.
Ooh, that is a 10 +3, a 13. So not the best.
Okay.
Not feeling super insightful today.
Yeah, you recognize the general shape, although you can't recall the exact function of the item. However, you do recall that it is an item that was primarily in high demand amongst spellcasters.
All right. I will pass that information along to Klon, and it's like, I'm not exactly sure the exact function of this orb, but I know that any spellcaster would be happy to have one. That's the best I can tell you right now.
All right. Well, we got those. So
All right. Do you want to hang on to this since you found it? Or do you mind if I hang on to this and I'll figure out what it does? You don't.
I'll hang on to it for now. But
All right, I give it back to him.
What a weird thing to ask, bro. Give it back.
I cast spells.
Yeah, I'm just fucking around. All right, so are you three then heading back?
Yes. I will go first and go a little bit faster, and I will message. I will use my brain thing within 30 feet to tell them, pop out when I tell you.
To tell Grigori?
I'm telling Grigori with my brain.
Or do you accidentally message Klana?
No.
I'm sorry, what?
I use my brain power on Grigori to tell him they're coming back. You can scare them shortly. I will give you the signal.
Okay. Ophira, what is your current interactions with the goat and sheep like?
I'm just hanging out with them. They're my people now.
Yeah, but like,
henceforth you shall serve me like an unto a god.
how? What is Ophira? When they're coming back into the cave, what exactly is Ophira doing?
Using the remainder of my speak with animal time to ask about life, to have conversations with them.
Okay, so are you like
I'm
like,
conversing with the goat.
leaning up against the post casually? Have you
Yeah.
made your way to sit on the ground to be at their level? Like, what's the?
Yeah, I'm leaning on the post and we're just chatting.
Just
Just like
casually
real,
bleeding.
just real low key shooting the shit with the goats. All right.
Yep.
Bye, bye, bye,
Um,
Bleed, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
bleed, blah.
Okay, you find out that quite a few of them are siblings.
Okay.
Most of the goats in the family enjoy climbing on rocks, except for Pierre, who's in the back, and he's a little bit smaller than all the others. He's afraid to take such jumps. And the sheep,
I totally get it, Pierre.
the sheep who are not related at all, find the goats insufferable. And that is what you glean from the animals during your conversation.
Cool.
Okay, so you guys, the rest of you, enter the cave to see
oh,
the barrels all loaded up.
I come back in and I do the brain
Yeah.
message. Now, Grigori, now is your chance.
Yeety's, as I walk into the cave, I'm like really examining the wand very closely.
Out and I go, boom, and I start casting Cause Fear onto River.
I was
You
okay.
gotta move your mic down, man. It's
I'm sorry.
I pop out and I go boom, and I cast Cause Fear. I guess on the first person I see, so I don't
Oh,
know.
that's great.
I'm drunk in a barrel. So
I think the first person you see is Klana, because I think Klana is moving with more purpose than Yeety. If Yeety is
Yeah.
heads
Eyeing
down,
his wand.
examining,
Yeah.
firing his wand.
Cause fear.
Okay, so Kyle,
That's not what
you
I
have,
was
to make you have to
expecting.
make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
A 14.
Oh, that's too good.
I feel like that's cheating.
All right. Well, it's a 3. So
Okay. So
Much fear.
Grigori pops out of this this barrel. Yeety, let's get a
Kalana shits himself.
dude.
Well, I I was gonna
us
say
a-
he would probably like freak out and fire a firebolt at the thing that just scared the shit out of him and his friend.
With the wand in his hand.
Yeah, he would just go wow and like.
And it's like,
Unless you
the
need me to
thing
do
that I
something else.
Hold on.
first.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Your mic is being real shitty right now.
Okay, is this good at all?
Try
really.
unplugging and plugging it back in. I think it's doing that thing.
No, it's not coming through that thing. Is
No.
it?
No,
No,
it's
it's
like
coming through your
digital, like
headset.
crackliness. I think it's your headset acting.
The thing
up.
that's been happening for.
Yeah.
Got robotitis.
Please be better.
I think it's a little
Kinda.
better. It's a slightly
Maybe?
cracky, but I think it's
Okay.
better. You're gonna have to talk more though for us to know.
Talking more, I can do that. I can just go through the little.
Seems
say
fairly
that-
better.
Yeah, I
We'll
think
try.
we're good.
So,
My
yeah,
power was
not
lost in
perfect,
places.
but better.
Which were not mine.
Okay, so you have popped out of this barrel. You have cast the spell Cause Fear.
You're dead.
Terrified, Claude.
Kyle,
I have to run, right?
you
Like
are
that, I
affected by
have
the
to run
status-
away
You are
from him.
affected by the status condition Frightened. So you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of fear is within your line of sight, and you cannot willingly move closer to Father Grigori. You don't have to run away, but you are so terrified of him.
I just go completely white as a sheet and shaking. I take out the orb and just, oh, sorry.
Grigori, I don't know. Let's. How do
I'm
you
very
cause-
much
how do you
assuming
cause
he just
this
knows.
fear? How do you cause this? Oh, I see. Okay, I understand. I get what I understand. That's good. That's that's good. And then let's see.
Like Big Roller sees this and he goes, "Oh
Yeety,
God, what have I done?"
make your attack roll, I suppose.
I have an armor class of 17.
Yeah. But he
Okay,
gets
well,
plus-
25 hits that.
Yeah. How much damage?
26, I guess, because it's a +1.
That's like 26 points of damage, huh?
5 points of fire damage.
Okay, so Father Grigori jumps out of this barrel.
Oh!
Rolls are
Rolls
like
just like blah,
Rolzer is
blah.
like Rolzer's in the background, like, yeah, here it comes. And then Grigori hops out. Klana goes white as a sheet, and immediately begins apologizing and offering this orb to him. And Yeety fires off a firebolt that smacks Grigori like square in the chest and causes some minor heat damage. I don't necessarily know how a firebolt only does 5 points damage, but you know.
Well,
Here it
that's
is.
fine. It's
It's
hitting
just a little
armor,
mote
so
of
it's
fire,
not like
you know?
drilling a hole straight through
Yeah.
him.
It's not a
Right,
fireball.
Constitution saving throw to maintain my concentration on the fear.
You're actively trying to keep it going. You're not like, this is a funny bit. You're like, no, he must know fear.
He must,
No,
he
this is-
must feel fear.
He must understand.
This is a
Live
funny
in
bit.
it.
This is where the horror theme of the campaign comes in.
And the goats are just.
Did you make your
Goats are loving it.
concentration?
Yeah, 21 on the Constitution saving throw.
Okay, so you take the damage. Klana remains terrified. Rolzer, Ophira, any reactions to this?
Rolzer is like, "Oh shit! I didn't think he was gonna go this aggressively with it. I thought this was gonna be more of a ha-ha thing." I see Klana's fear reaction. I go, "Hey, Grigori, I think that's enough. I think you did it."
I'm
Although
kind
they
of
call me
laughing
Victor,
and
not
trying
thou
to
art my helper,
calm
my
the
strength,
goats
and my
down.
savior.
And I don't know what the goats' reactions are.
The goat's reaction is not particularly strong to this. You know, it's
Okay.
like a dude on the other side of the cave popped out of the barrel, and to them, it's like he just, you know,
Shut
they're
up.
very preoccupied with talking to you. They're in a sense of security. They've seen him around
Okay.
too, so they don't like freak out or anything.
Okay.
Some of them jump and are like, oh, but then they're like, haha, weird.
Okay.
You know.
That's kind of my reaction too.
Okay. All right. So how does the rest of the play?
Why did you have to pop out of the barrel if you're just gonna cause fear?
Ophira's just sitting here. Huh. Weird.
How does the rest of this play out?
I guess it's Father Grigori's turn.
I continue rechanting through the thing that I posted earlier because that's the recitation of.
Oh,
the...
you're just screaming that.
Yeah. Which I literally took as the lines of Father Grigori from the game, and I was like, cool, that's actually a little bit terrifying for something like that. So I'll have him, who the character is based off of, just be popping out and belting that out. Still not entirely certain how spells work, but knowing that he's doing some type of spell thing. That's pretty smart.
So who else is this is happening? It seems like Grigori is in some sort of. Is it fair to say that Grigori seems like he's locked in some sort of like strange trance? Like it's almost.
He's not, yeah, book out in front of him, kind of like preaching. Like
yes, and Rolzer is trying to say something to him, and it's not getting through to him. He's in some sort of like.
Oh, I'll yank him out of the barrel.
Weird moment. Well, look, that's what I'm driving
He's
towards.
doing this
like,
still in the barrel.
Is that the?
I guess yeah. I mean, I'm just kind of standing there in the barrel, like up to my neck.
Okay, and if anybody started to shout at you to like stop, would you just continue?
No, I would stop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I did. I was like,
I'm just watching, going. This went a lot further than I thought it was gonna be.
I would stop.
Okay, so Rolzer says he thinks it's enough. Grigori continues. Klana, you are terrified. Yeedy, any sort of.
Yeedy kind of looks to Klana, looks to Father Grigori. Hey, you want to stop doing that now, or?
What? Oh, look at the look on your face.
Okay.
You are so scared kitten.
Klana,
are you okay, Klana?
Yeah, as soon as Grigori says this, you feel the fear drain from your body, but it's the way it does after like a terrible nightmare, you know?
Yeah.
Like
yeah, you're like
an after image of terror. But anyway, proceed.
All right, he's kind of like very shocked and like stuffs the orb back in a pouch and is just like bit like half confused and just like on edge still. It's just good one.
That was the end of trust between Klana and Father Grigori.
Fire explains to the goats, and that was the death of trust between
two of my compatriots. Any questions?
Bah!
They're laughing.
So is Father G.
Yeedy kind of like sees him laughing, hears the goats like bleat laughing, and just kind of nervously goes.
Rolzer just mentally goes into Yeedy's head and just goes, "Next time it will be you, Yeedy."
Yeedy just starts screaming.
Yeety, what? I'm not scared anymore. I'm sorry.
Yeedy rips the bottle of fish juice out and then just like starts chugging it while also yelling, "Get out of my head."
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Perfect.
Rolzer at this point just giggles to himself and goes to sit by Ophira and ask her how the goats are doing.
13.
You're good.
All right.
The goats are great.
Cool.
The sheep think this is all beneath them, but the goats are having a good time.
Father,
honestly, the sheep aren't wrong.
Rolzer, you hear the sheep bleat. Ophira, you hear the sheep say, "Hey, fuck you!" But then it turns into a bleat midway through as your talk with animal 10 minutes has passed. It's been 10 minutes since the goat conversation started, is what we're going with here.
Woo! We're really making time here, folks.
10 minutes in 25. Anyway. Okay, so, yeah.
All right.
Rolls
all right, everyone, I think that's enough fun for now. Shall we get everything going and get all this stuff back to town?
Hey, Father, I'm
Y-
sorry about the
yeah.
firebolt. It, you scared me good there.
Thanks. That was my point. Was to scare you both so good. I was going to scare Rolls of fear too, but Rolls are, let her in onto the whole secret beforehand. So next time, Klana, I promise I will not be the one scared. I won't do that to you again.
Look,
I
I
was
kind of figured it out when you
kind of read a
when
little
the
bit and I went and I didn't realize what was the happening thing, and maybe it took a little too far. You have a very adorable scared face.
Oh, alright. That's fine. And he kind of edges around to go.
Okay,
Everyone goes to the ghost for safety.
Yeah. Anyway, if you ever want to, no, this is probably nope. This is going. What? Time to saddle up the goats and sheep, eh?
Do we have
they'll
to do that?
follow.
Yeah, they'll.
They'll follow us. They'll follow me.
All right. Elvira's got the goats and the sheep's on lock. Let's go.
This cart.
I am shepherd, and this is my flock.
All right.
Oh.
Well, I guess I'll get to this
Oh,
ready to go.
I'm gonna grab some of the. Wasn't there like straw or something for the animals around here?
Yeah. In one of the crates, there was feed for the animals.
Yeah, I'll just gather some armfuls and throw that in with the crate.
Okay.
Good thinking.
Very
I'll-
thoughtful,
I'll-
very kind.
I'll help Klana
Look,
with that.
that-
We'll get some hay.
Oh,
some straw.
Nope. Klana gets it on his own. It's enough. You're just walking like a day back to town. So
Okay.
Klana grabs a handful.
Oh, then what I will do, I'll go outside to the edge of the cave and just look out and make sure there's no other funny business coming towards this cave.
There's 2 more giants.
Okay. Yeah, so Rolzer, you go to check, roll a perception.
Okay. Perception's not that great. That's an 8 with my +3.
Okay,
8
you,
total.
you glance out into the snow, and it has lightened up a little bit, but not significantly. It is still snowing rather heavily, and it's not very easy to see out there in the dark, but you do not detect anything sneaking around or heading your way in the, 60 feet?
60 feet of dark vision.
Yeah, so
Although on one more level, I will have the best vision.
nothing out there.
All right. I will go back to the group and tell them that looks like the coast is clear, but it is snowing out there.
All right, so are you guys heading out then? Is that...
Yeah.
Klana, look at
vote.
chat.
Oh, you guys can start talking that instead of typing that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just, you guys were doing that,
guys are
so
doing
we
it.
started typing it.
Yeah, and now we can...
Yeah.
Now it's done.
What's a truck?
It's like what I imagine something like a truck would be. Yeah, so I still kind of hesitantly, but growing, starting to fade off a little bit, and offer up the orb to Grigori to see if he knows anything about it.
Thank you, Klana. Hold on one second. I pulled the book out one more time, and I go, Joel, reveal secrets to me. Reveal your identity now. And
Okay.
identify.
The
Yeah.
orb of identify.
Shoot. Al, your wand technically required attunement, but we're just going to say it happened.
Okay, fair enough.
Because what do you have to do? It's just a short rest, which...
It's usually
Yeah,
just
whatever.
Yeah.
I think
So
they
we won't
say
make a
like
big-
if you like RP attunement, that's okay too.
Yeah.
In the DM's
Yeah,
guide,
so
like-
you attuned the moment you channeled a spell through it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're good there. Grigori, you cast Identify on this orb with this, like, it's mostly white, but with like a slight bluish hue because you called it a blue orb, so now it's slightly blue. And
Sorry.
you identify it as
Fine.
no problem. You identify it as a pearl of power. It needs to be attuned. It has a command word. And I hadn't thought about that. Let me think real quick.
Fish juice.
No. The command word is persevere. And when you speak the command word with the Pearl of Power, you regain an expended spell slot.
Oh.
Fuck yeah. So
And
Yo,
once,
yo,
you,
yo.
once you use the Pearl, it can't be used again until the next dawn. So it's a once daily ability. And if the spell slot, this isn't relevant yet, but if the expended spell slot was 4th level or higher, you just get back a 3rd level. So you can't get back a spell slot any higher than 3rd level with it. But
cool. So this Pearl of Power is in my hand. Is there some way that I am aware of the code word from it?
yeah, yep, you cast Identify, and you feel yourself as you speak the words of this spell, like probing into the arcane energies of this pearl, and you come to understand its nature and its command word, and in an arcane trance, all this knowledge is granted to you. So
I say persevere, and I regain one of my 1st level spell slots.
okay, yeah, you guys, when you hear Grigori say persevere, you see like a flash
Does
of
he have to
brilliant white.
attune to it first, or
Yeah, but we're just saying
Okay,
he attuned.
yep.
You know, we're just going with the
sounds good?
and
You
there-
go with what you feel, baby.
there will be reasons, but I
Okay.
have other reasons.
I
yeah.
hand it
Okay,
back to
sounds good.
Klana.
Well, you're attuned
That's it.
to it.
Yeah, you're attuned to it now, dude.
Well, okay, but it's not mine. Here you go, Klana.
Yeah. But
Well,
you guys see like a flash of brilliant white light like run out of the pearl down Grigori's arm, and like very quickly, like in like a flash, he's just like enveloped in a quick like aura of white that comes and goes as quickly as it occurred.
Well, that's pretty
Well,
neat.
Nifty. Huh. Yeah. Good find, Klana.
well, I mean, it seems like you know more what to do with it than me.
I just said its name, that's all.
I feel like my point still stands pretty strongly there.
I
You
mean,
don't want it, I'll take it. I don't get
probably
to
use it, right?
Rolls are just like all rolls are all okay. Yeah,
I get 2 spells. I get 2.
yeah. Rolls are from the back is like I wouldn't
It's
mind.
kind of a good
Hold on.
point.
Hey, so
I mean, if you say so, Klana, I mean, I feel kind of bad, guilty about it. I scared the crap out of you. I take your Pearl of Power. Like, I feel like there's been a
But
rough bonus for you. I don't want to be that type of guy. It's yours. You found it fair and
all
square.
right, fair enough.
I think you became that
I'll-
type of
I'll take
guy
it
when
back.
you jumped out of a barrel and casted cause fear.
That was for the yucks, for the ha-has. It was
For the
the funny times.
For the haas.
I'm not the bastard.
All right. Well,
Well, I mean, you're a little bit of a bastard.
Well,
Well,
I mean, do you
okay,
know?
fine,
I feel like do
He's
you
a
know your
desert.
dad or not? That's
I'm not a great guy for sure. Yeah, you know, I'm a little rough around the edges.
can this be walking and talking?
yes.
Okay. So we're starting to get the cart together. Ophira is leading the goats and the sheep out of the thing, and we're going to start making our way back to town.
Yes.
Walk
Who's
and
gonna help
talk. West
Drag me
Wing.
apart because
Who hasn't?
listen, I'm used to carrying my sled, and this is a very big cart, and these wheels over that difficult terrain, I would much rather have a ski-doo. But here we are.
Who hasn't? Fuck. Now I forgot what I was going to ask. Who hasn't finished leveling up?
I
Yeah.
forgot to. Yeah.
I mean, mine's gonna be really quick though.
Well, that's okay.
Just the stats and the.
That's okay.
I'm working on it now.
Yeah. I don't want you guys to lose any of the like stuff you expended though, like your spell slots and stuff. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've only spent one, and then I spent a
Oh,
level
yeah, I
2,
spent-
and then I used.
So let's take a quick 5 then, and if people that haven't finished leveling up could, you don't necessarily have to. but it'd be in your benefit too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. It should just be like stat increases, and
or it might not be in your benefit at all. We're gonna do a thing. Yeah, but we'll otherwise take like I mean, I'm not going anywhere except to grab a beer, but
Let's take
I'm gonna
5
grab a
minutes.
beer.
Yep, take 5 minutes, go to the bathroom, get a drink refill.
all
Take a
right. Yeah, then we'll see what happens.
Oh,
Good cave role playing, everybody.
Mhm.
Yeah, way to make an already completed dungeon an interesting location.
just glad I got to talk to the goats.
Fuck yeah. I think I'm gonna take meta magic. Just get more meta magic. Already maxed
Where's
on that.
the?
Yeah. Quickened and empowered.
There we go. There's the button. Yeah, I just get an ability score increase.
Yeah, I mean, mine. Oh, okay.
But you can choose a feat instead of taking the ability score.
So,
Oh,
some
yeah.
of the feats will give you +1 to something.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
What are?
but I'm also a rogue, so I will take the 20 in dex. Thank you very much.
Nice.
I am gonna grab a schmalking real quick.
I can tell you right now, everything I took was related to me not dying as easily. Extra cantrip, got Blade Ward. Extra spell, invisibility.
Well, with our group, it's probably good to have somebody else that's tanky besides Grigori. Being that
He's
we
not a
don't
very
have
good
a
tank.
fighter or a barbarian.
I'm not a tank.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, so we should be less squishy because we don't have a beefy person up front that's grabbing everything.
I have an AC of 16 in most fights too. Like I'm not too squishy, luckily.
And I have my shield, but I'm also, not a good tank.
Oh, I have to look at the feats. There's a lot of them.
Yep.
At least 12.
Yep. That's true.
This 5-minute break became a 10-minute break. Because they're smoking cigs.
Becomes a 20-minute break.
I'm so proud of myself, guys.
Yeah, I'm
Why's that?
proud of
so
you too,
long
dude.
since I've had a cigarette.
I'm proud of
absolutely,
you too.
man.
Yeah, nice work. Bruce.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
In terms of cigarette smoking, and I've at this point
You probably feel
been
a lot
around
better.
multiple people smoking cigarettes and have managed to maintain my dedication to.
Good shit.
Do you
That's the
remember
hardest.
when we were
Nice, dude.
playing?
High five, bud.
We were playing Overwatch, and I think Dan hopped into our chat,
Oh,
and
the party last weekend.
yeah, at the party, and
yeah.
somebody asked where Steve was, and Dan said like outside with Tyler having a cigarette, and I was like, and he was like, oh wait, no, Steve's not having a
No.
cigarette. And we're like, oh, okay, good.
I
Good.
may have been drunk for that part.
You
Of course
were.
you were.
We knew.
Yeah.
I had one of those mornings where I woke up at Andy and Sarah's,
We
Uh,
please.
and they came downstairs, and we all just like laid on the couch for a while. And I was like, at least I stayed away from shots last night. And Andy was like, you did 2 shots last night.
Oh
Oh
god.
fuck, I did do 2 shots last night. Yeah, one of those nights where I didn't feel at any point because I showed up at like 2:30. You know what I mean? And at no point in the day did I feel overwhelmingly drunk, but I did drink a considerable amount over a long period of time. Oh, so we got on the computer.
There's a tavern brawler feat.
Hell yes.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Worked all summer, couldn't save a cent. Gave all my money to the government. Sure don't know how it's spent, but they're coming for my deed. uh,
Terrible.
I'm about to pull something out of my ass.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, oh God, Steve, why?
And
Did you have to do it on camera?
You could turn the camera off.
he made me watch. He made me watch. Gripping scene. I mean, only one-handed grip though, but you know, you get it.
Yeah, I like my spells for this level.
You what?
I like my spells for this level. Oh, I need to roll a d6.
Hey, you know
Hopefully
what's a really fun spell casting class?
What's that?
Druid.
Yeah.
That shit has been so fun so far.
Oh my god, I rolled a fucking 1 again.
I just multi-classed my level 8 barbarian with first level moon druid.
Nice.
So that I'm going to go into a barbarian rage and then
Turn into
an owl beast.
Yeah. Hell yes.
It's so angry.
Oh, Al, we broke the rules with my wild shape too.
Oh, did we?
On day 1, yeah, you're not supposed to be able to turn into anything with a flying.
Yep.
I guess
The
that makes
figure is
sense.
harmless enough to just turn into a sparrow, you know, but
Yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal. But
I
we'll keep
won't
that
use
in
it
mind.
I think the main thing is I won't use it in any, like, I could have turned into any other animal and scouted that place. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly. That's the thing. You could have turned to a mouse and done the same freaking thing. So
Yeah, just don't use it for, like, advantages in combat and shit.
yeah.
Maybe only in roleplay situations that are not. Yeah, just don't
Yeah.
use it at all anymore. But
Yeah.
You know, we
We
all
can
learn
talk
things.
about that.
I don't have to do it. I'll just remember that I can't fly yet.
Right. Is
I need
that
to be
something
spending
is that
more
like
of my
something you
wild-
can eventually do? Is that the idea?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, then yeah, I guess don't do it. Then eventually you can.
I need to be turning into a constellation man more often. Hasn't been enough.
Constellation, man.
It hasn't been enough fighting for me to turn into
Well, you
a-
guys murdered the fucking shit out of the last thing I threw at you.
Yeah, dude. From
Yeah.
Circle of the Star Druid, broken as hell.
Absolutely.
It's like, hey, do you want 2 bonus castings of Guiding Bolt a day? It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I want
do.
2 free Guiding Bolts a day?
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Just
Here's a
never run
bonus
out of
action.
guiding bolts.
Here's a bonus action 1d8 ranged attack on top of it when you're with your wild form. It's like, okay.
Great. Super duper.
So I just throw stars at people. Got it.
hmm Which is actually, it's pretty nifty if you think about the concept of that. To be able to like gather up literal star matter.
I made it so Barrick, his name is Barrick. He doesn't carry any weapons on him.
Mhm.
He just has a bag of stones that he uses the magic stone cantrip on. So he
I love that cantrip.
he makes them into little like glowing pieces of space particulate kind of,
Yeah, because they become a +2 projectile, right?
People. No, it's like a 1d8 or 1d6 range attack, I think.
I
Whoa.
Steve, question. If I remember
Yeah.
correctly, one of the things they added in Tasha's was that when you get to anytime you can take a feat, you can switch out a spell. Are you okay with me doing that?
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's totally fine.
Okay.
I don't mind being flexible on spell list stuff for people.
I mean,
and I think
yeah.
I remember I remember reading exactly
I
what
think
you're
that's
talking
what
about.
it says. I haven't read it in a long time now, though.
I'm gonna find it right
Okay,
now.
cool.
It's an optional class feature. One of them is Sorcerer's Versatility. Whenever you reach a level in this class that grants the ability score improvement, you can do one of the following. Replace one of your meta magic options, or it's only replace a meta magic option or replace a cantrip.
It's a cantrip. Okay.
Yeah. So let's stick to that, I
Yep.
guess.
Yeah, perfect.
Can.
That is perfectly fine.
Is there not any flexibility just built into the base sorcerer on stuff
Nope.
like that though?
I don't think so.
I'm done. I leveled up. I just
Same. No,
wisdom and-
there is.
There
When
is?
you gain a level, whenever you gain a level in spellcasting class, you can choose one of your sorcerer spells and replace it with another spell from the sorcerer spell list.
Oh, is that Tasha's or is that just base?
That's just based.
Oh, okay. Cool. I want more
Yeah.
utility spells.
Right.
Unless...
That's half the reason why I did what I did, was to be like, cool, utility spells.
Yeah.
Come hang out with me.
Or me, it's like, I don't get many spells, so Pact of the Tome, give me utility cantrips, please.
Versatility.
Yeah. And
There's
when I
more to
eventually-
magic in D&D than just making something bleed real
Oh,
bad.
yeah, definitely.
Real
Yeah,
good.
especially once I finish my stat increases, I can take Spell Sniper and do Eldritch Blast from a mile away and be like, all right, I'm going to hide out back in the trees and just pot shots from way back.
I am now shifty-iftier.
Is everybody leveled up then?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So, you guys are all packed up and you're leaving the cave?
See,
Yeah.
it's Verdad.
And you
If
are heading back.
if I'm still covered in my own blood, I'm going to use Prestidigitation to clean my clothes so I don't look like a bloody mess.
Yep, fair.
I offer the same to anyone who wants it.
I'll take a hit.
Ugh. I
right,
mean,
fine.
yeah, if you're going to clean up my digs, I wouldn't mind
Yeah.
a bit of a spit
I'll
and
just look
shine.
at everybody and be like, boom, you look nice. Boom, you look nice. Boom, you look nice. But also, I'm
I
going
do
to add
look
to
nice.
I'm going to add to Grigori's. Grigori, do you have hair?
I don't.
You're bald.
That's a weird question to ask.
Above,
Do I
above
have hair?
game, do you have hair?
I don't. I have never taken my hood off in front of you. I don't.
Oh, never mind. I don't even want to go with what I was going to try and do then to be funny. You're clean. Everyone's clean.
You could do what you want anyway.
I was going to like make your hair fancy and be like, whoop, a little flourish, but if you've never taken off your cap, I don't want to unbox that
That
evil.
can of worms.
So, yeah, I don't want to do that. So everyone's clean. Boop, 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 boop. Let's go.
Okay.
We have to be presentable when we return the town with mead and goat and sheep.
In 8 hours, after dragging this begrudged cart through 8 hours worth of the fucking up here place, we're gonna look so great.
Also,
Let's
more
go.
importantly, wet clothes get cold faster, so having clean, dry clothes is also a good thing when you're walking out in the snow.
Yeah, that's very true. Thanks, Poser.
Let's go.
Oh shoot.
Seriously, is someone going to help me with this cart? I do not think I am strong enough
Yeah,
to
I
do it on my
gotcha.
own.
I go and help him.
I just walk alongside
Okay,
Quana and
sorry,
and
guys.
goats. Keep an eye on things.
I forgot. So you guys are like still in the woods.
Not the woods.
Into the woods to grandmother's house.
Okay. All right. So you guys begin the 8-hour trek through the woods back towards the clearing. So just to remind you guys, you found that that clearing like right near the Goodmead was right up against the woods. You went into the woods a little bit and found the clearing where those 5 guys had been all smashed up, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then it took you 8 hours to find the Veerbeek's den from there. So you guys are heading back, and about an hour into your trip, the snow, which was already heavy, starts to pick up significantly. The longer you walk on, the heavier it gets, and before you guys know it, the winds are just howling around you. Snow is driving in force, and you guys are in a blizzard in the middle of the forest. Some of the physical effects are, lessened by the fact that you're in a bunch of trees, but those trees are swaying like violently in the wind, and it is incredibly hard to see. It is incredibly hard to hear as the wind whistles through the branches and the trees. And you guys, I assume, continue trudging on.
Well, or I try and shout, or instead of doing that, I will mental. I can go one by one and mentally, since we're within 30 feet of each other, I assume, be like, should we try and shack up for a little while till the storm passes? And I'll go back and forth, yell. Oh no, fuck! I can use message. I'll use message, and I can just message people individually.
Yeah, I
and
guess
they
we
can
could
respond.
talk to each other, right?
Yeah, but it's really
you
loud.
guys can all still talk. I assume you guys are, if you're all like assisting with the cart, and once it starts snowing, you can get close enough that you can all hear each other in the blizzard. But it is.
Oh, and I just asked, should we hole up and wait out the storm?
Yeah, most probably.
Yeah, we
Okay.
might want to try to build some shelter.
Good with that.
Yeah.
All right,
We could probably make one of those really nice snow forts that you can make, and if we can gather up a nice, little bit of
I
wood, we
thought
can have a
you'd
little fire.
never ask.
Yeah.
Maybe we could build a little pen for the sheepy goaties too, so they don't get blown away into the night of death.
Edie starts trying to build a snow fort, the big enough igloo for the people and
For
us
us and many
people,
goats.
and then smaller igloos for the goats. I guess.
Okay, give me 1 second here. I gotta think about something.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, Father Gregori's hair looks exactly like this.
Yeah, I would have presented it into something goofy.
Okay, so you're setting up little like
This is the goofy.
snow igloos.
Yep.
Al.
I'll be right back.
Yep.
They are being buffeted like very hard by these winds and not doing much to stay up. Some of them have more success than others in staying up, but they're being, you can
This
tell
might
that
not
if you
work
tried
out,
to,
gentlemen.
yeah, if you tried to hunker down in that, you might have like 20 minutes with your best one before.
Can we try and like brace it with like the tight? Is there like a tight enough thicket of trees we can try and like do it around it so we get a little more like support from surrounding
Do you
foliage.
want to look around for something like that?
I will.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. 13 plus 3 is a 16.
Okay, so Yeedy is what? Still trying to summon these still, and like
He's probably giving up if they're just getting blown
Oh,
over, and he's just like, oh.
Yeah.
and he's looking around. Rolzer, you are like shuffling around in the trees looking for a copse. I think I'm using that word right.
Something like that, yeah.
A bunch of trees together. And you don't necessarily find that, but you do note that very near to where you are, the forest opens into a large clearing, and you squint out through the driving snow and see what you think looks like a figure, motionless, upright and motionless, out towards the center of the clearing.
I will put my hand on Klana and tell him what I see, and I'm gonna see if he'll come with me, and I'm gonna slowly try and sneak up on him and see if I get a better view of this figure.
Okay, so you're in the middle of a blizzard. Yeedy has just recently given up on trying to. We should wait for Jen.
Yeah,
Before we go any further with this.
yeah. I would share to everyone like
I don't think you're near Klana.
Yeah, you've been kind of poking around, but so he's gonna work his way back to where you guys are, assuming he's smart enough to not like wander far enough that he loses sight of you guys.
No, I would keep sight of them. I'm not gonna just like meander off.
Who? Rolzer? Of course he wouldn't do that.
You're
if
the
it
only
had
one.
consequences.
You're the only one who's meandered off by himself.
And have accepted those consequences gladly.
Consequences are the best part of D&D.
So, Steve, how much damage does that Nargacuga greatsword do?
Yes, a fair amount, consistently.
That's a lot of damage.
I think
It's a fair amount.
I'm back.
Okay, so Rolzer went looking for a thicket of trees, and he found that you guys are nearby a clearing, and there appears to be something out near the middle of the clearing, something that looks like it might be person-sized. And Rolzer is coming back through the storm towards everyone at this point. So, go ahead, Rolzer.
Hey, I was looking around for a better place to hole up, but not too far from here, I saw a clearing through the trees, and I could have sworn I saw someone out there.
Remember, you're like,
Oh, they might need help.
trees are like groaning. Yeah.
Yeah. Do we want to try and see if they need help real quick, and we'll be careful about it. But I don't think it's a trap, but we should still be mindful.
Let's go. Yeety's like trudging
I think
off in
it's
the
a trap.
snow to try to help.
Famous last words.
Don't like the idea of leaving it alone out there.
Mm.
I go after
with the
Yeti.
storm.
Well, I would have to
I
be
think
following
he
you anyway.
prefers-
I don't know where to go.
Rolzer! I think he takes offense to it, but we can go find him anyway.
Okay,
Alright, let's go find him.
Okay, so Rolzer leads you guys to the edge of this clearing, and it's a large clearing. It's large enough that you can't see in the blizzard the sides. You know what I mean? Like you come to a tree line and you can't see where the tree line in this blizzard. And yeah, as if you guys look out with Rolzer pointing it out, you can see what looks like a figure sort of hunched up out in the middle of the blizzard.
I cast detect magic.
A trap.
Cast detect magic.
It's only 30 feet range. I don't actually know how close I am to this thing, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, you cast magic out. It's we're calling it a soft 30 feet because that's technically as far as you can see, but we're saying people are straining eyes a little bit. We'll say that it's not like so far out that you couldn't step like a foot or two out of the forest and detect magic on it if you wanted. do you want to? I will require you to step beyond the tree line.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So Yeety, you take just a couple steps beyond the tree line. As soon as you step out, you are immediately buffeted by the wind. You can tell that, out here it's much less broken up by the trees, and it becomes much harder to hear. And you cast Detect Magic out towards it, and you do not detect any active magic out in that direction.
Edie sort of turns back and does mention that that person doesn't appear to be magical or anything, and that they might need help. We might need to help them. They're caught out in the storm. They might need help. We have to help them.
What are they doing? Are they
Is
just
it
standing there?
undead?
It is not.
Okay, yeah. We should probably give it a hand then.
Sir,
Hey,
ma'am,
I'm
can we help you?
I'm gonna kind of like
Hold on.
knock on Gideon, just hang on, and
Okay.
I'm gonna do my best to try to sneak closer to be able to get a better look at it.
Okay,
Oh.
how close are you getting, and are you telling everyone to stay back, and is everyone listening to you?
Edie
I am
would
listening.
stay. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I look at Klana. You're trying to sneak up on him?
I'm gonna try to sneak to where I could maybe see the face at all.
Yeah, so
Well, I was going to say, I'll do you one better. I'll put my hand on my chest and I'll cast invisibility on myself.
I mean, is that necessary?
If it's
I
dangerous,
don't know.
It's blizzarding a lot, though.
yeah, but also, I'd rather not be seen at all. And
Okay,
I
so-
just got...
So Rolzer has gone invisible, and I assume started moving. Klana, how are you reacting to this?
I'll just be all right. That works.
So is everyone else
Did
hanging
not know
back?
you could do that.
I start to prepare to cast
What
silence
time of day is it?
if it starts
Is it dark?
to move.
I mean, it's dark because it's a blizzard.
Okay.
Regardless of time of day, at this point, it is.
All right. So I would
guys-
be functionally
guys would
invisible
still-
to things with dark vision.
Yes.
So I'll cast invisibility on myself. I'll tell them all, I'll go check it out. I'll be right back. And then
Okay.
I will just start slowly approaching the figure just to see what's going on. And if everything's good, I'll call everything over and drop the invisibility. I will keep it up if something else seems funky.
Okay. Okay, so Rolzer, you turn invisible and you begin creeping through the blizzard towards this figure out in the middle of the clearing. The rest of you hang back by the tree line, and you can see, because you know where he was, for a moment before he gets too far away, you can sort of see the space that Rolzer occupies. Like, the snow is so heavy that you can see the space as he walks out into this blizzard. And Rolzer, you get closer and closer to this figure, squinting through the blizzard to try and see what it is. Finally, you get close enough to get a good look at its face, and you realize that it is just a desiccated corpse. It is just absolutely drained of any and all life. It has been dead for an incredibly long time. And as that happens, as you realize that, you also begin to feel the ground underneath you shake violently back and forth. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw really quick.
Oh boy. Dexterity saving throw.
Should have let old Klana out there, huh?
No, don't
All
worry. Rolzer's got this.
It's all good. 15 plus 3 is 18.
Is 18?
Yeah.
Okay. So the ground begins to shake underneath you. And you can't see what's happening, but those of you at the tree line see an absolutely massive figure begin to rise up out of the deep snow from the recent heavy snowfall, with Rolzer on its back. And it rises up and it gives a violent bucking. Snow flies everywhere. These sheets of snow are cascading off of its back into the adjacent trees. You guys are kind of buffeted by it as it happens. Rolzer, you are thrown off of the back of this creature, flying through the air, landing on the ground, taking 5 points of impact damage as you hit with a heavy thud, not towards the tree line, but not away from it either. Sort of a lateral move away from your friends. And as the snow settles around you, you guys look forward and you see in front of you an absolutely gargantuan white dragon. The figure that was in the middle of the clearing is now perched upon the dragon's back, as if to once have been riding upon it. You notice.
Hey.
Yeah, it lets out. It lets
I'm
out.
gonna roll a concentration check to see if my invisibility's still up.
It lets out an absolutely terrifying screech that just pierces through the blizzard and shakes the trees more strongly than the winds raging around you. Yeeti, as a 10-town native, you recognize this creature as one known simply to the 10-towners as the White Worm, regarded to be the apex predator in Icewind Dale, and it stands before you, sniffing about curiously.
Yo, we gotta go. Yo, we gotta go. Yo, we gotta go. Yeeti just like misty steps backwards as far as he can.
To quote Shelby's party, everybody run!
So does everybody start running?
Yeah,
I cast silence.
I'm not
Okay.
gonna like run. I'm gonna try to very much try to sneak away.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and use my invisibility to move
pretty
as quickly
far
but
away.
stealthily, Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, some of you are still in the tree line, right?
You
Yeah,
don't
I was
get
in the
them
tree.
goats though.
Rolzer,
Those
you have a second cast of invisibility.
I can't roll a concentration to see if I can keep this active one up.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yep, actually.
Oh, it fell down. Oh, gotta re-roll that.
We'll check
Oh.
if it was good first.
No. I'll take what I got. I rolled a natural 18, so I don't know what I add for a concentration
I think
check.
that's. I mean, I'm
Enough.
pretty
Okay.
sure it's good enough. Yeah. So you maintain your invisibility. Okay. So Yeeti is immediately turning to the people at the tree line and saying, "We gotta go," and then misty stepping and going.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mhm.
just putting as much
Klana,
distance as he can.
Klana, you are immediately trying to sneak off
Yes.
through the tree line. Okay. Ophira,
Mhm.
what are you doing?
Also, I see Yeeti just disappear, and I also run.
Okay. Grigori.
I cast the readied spell of silence on the pinpoint of the dragon worm rider's head.
Okay. All right.
Because I said that I was preparing the spell for if that thing started moving and doing something. And
Yep.
that's what it's doing.
Okay. So you're targeting it on the
Pinpointing
rider.
the rider.
Okay. All right. And then Rolzer, you're invisible and also running.
I'm trying to be as as I guess as stealthily as I can. But if my invisible is up, I'm gonna try and bank on it.
Okay, but you're moving.
Yeah, I'm moving and grooving.
Okay, so
Also thinking, "Fuck, I'm an idiot. Fuck."
you guys have all started taking off. Grigori, you are slowed down a bit by casting the spell.
Mhm.
As soon as the spell is completed, the dragon, as if sensing something, turns towards the tree line, and its head gets really close to the tree line, and it's peering in, but you can tell that it's sniffing very intently, and you see that its giant eyes, almost as big as your own head, are milky white with cataracts. And it sniffs blindly at the forest's edge. And what is your next reaction? Everyone else is continuing to run.
Yep, just running back towards the woods.
Okay.
Snifflings.
No
No smells.
I am going to. Yeah. I'm going to drop the silence and point my finger at the dragon and cast True Strike.
Okay. What does True Strike do?
That's a cantrip, isn't
I
it?
put it into my magic grants you a brief insight into the target's defenses. On my next turn, you gain advantage on my first attack roll against the target, provided the spell hasn't ended.
Grigori, you're gonna die.
Okay. Okay, so you cast True Strike on the dragon, and it like like a bug landing on it shakes its nose as the spell connects with it. Is everybody else continuing to just run? I assume.
I'm gonna turn around after I notice it's blind. Can I talk to it?
You didn't notice it's blind.
Oh, okay.
You have no idea that it's blind. You've already moved like
I think nobody knows but Brendan.
yeah, you've already moved
Alright.
like hundreds of feet into the forest.
All right. Well, I'm
yeah,
gonna turn around and peer and see what Grigori's doing.
You can't see Grigori anymore.
Yeah, you've ran
And
too far away. You can't
that's
see
what,
him.
we're gonna get to that as soon as I figure out what's happening.
Well, I've used Misty Step, and then that's only 30 feet. Do I still see Grigori when I come out of it?
I mean, did you start running out of the Misty Step?
I would have on my next turn. Yeah.
Yeah. Did any of you like take any time to stop and check, or did you all just scatter? You know what I mean? Like, would any of your characters in this situation?
Mhm.
Because even like 30 feet out, he would have been difficult to see.
Yep.
Right. And any further than 30 feet, you wouldn't have been able to see him. So.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess like my character would have been running as much as he could. I just don't know how much like I don't know if I've done anything more than use Misty Step, which would have given me 30 feet. I guess is my point.
Well, if you've been running since then, which is kind of what I've assumed, it's been essentially 2 rounds. So
Okay.
you would have put an additional like 120 feet on top of that if you were just moving. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, then yeah.
Like
I'm
if you're
still-
running and bonus action dashing, then
I'm probably at this point I've probably like put myself up against a tree if I'm over like 100 feet from it or something, just to like
Yeah.
hide behind a
Once
tree.
they're out of like I can't see the dragon anymore. I'm gonna like hide up against a tree and try
okay.
to figure out what's going on.
Okay, so you're like you guys are sneaking off.
Yeah. The first
For Quana's
first
part, he's not.
Yeah. Okay. That's okay.
first action
So
was to get out of danger, for at least for a hero. Get out of danger and then like try to see what's going on. Oh fuck! It's a dragon, and then what's happening?
like hold back and see if you can see anything.
Yeah.
Okay, Rolzer.
As I'm running back towards the tree line to hide, do I see any of the sheep or goats, or did they be like, "Bah!" and get the fuck out?
I thought they were like
Sheep and goats are still following Ophira. That's a good point. That you have a horde
they
of
were.
sheep and goats with you. They're sticking with you. You talked to them about taking them home, and they saw a dragon, and you took off running, so they took off running with you.
All right.
I guess I'm
I
just
know they were still following me. I thought they were with like the cart and whatnot.
would
No,
I
they're following you like pets, especially if there's
Okay.
like an active threat. They're like
Oh, okay. In that
best
case,
chance of
yeah.
survival is with the thing that's talking to us.
All right, then I'm trying to protect these babies.
all
Is
right?
she moving then, or
Yes.
I
okay.
guess my question is then, as I'm running towards them, do I see which way Ophira and the sheep go?
Well, that's where we're gonna go next. Klana, what are you doing? Are you also just moving out into the woods?
I mean, for the initial stretch of like a couple rounds, yeah,
Right, okay. All right. All of you guys, before we go back to
get away from Greg.
Grigori and the dragon, each one of you roll me a survival check.
Me included on that one?
Yep, all 4 of
Okay.
you.
All right.
Okay.
Well, whatever it is, I don't think 6 is a good number.
Yeah, 7's not great.
Modified 20.
15.
Okay. both of you individually message me real quick. Not Klana and not Yeedy. Rolzer and Ophira, message me and tell me who amongst the party you were trying to keep track of as you were moving into the woods. Ophira, bear in mind, Rolzer cannot be your choice because he was invisible.
Right.
Father Grigori cannot be your choice because you guys took off and noticed that Grigori didn't. You guys noticed that Grigori stopped to cast a spell as you ran towards the woods, or into the woods. Okay. Yeedy, you stopped and like ducked behind a tree, right? Okay, you are behind the tree for just a moment before you hear an approaching bleeding. And then Ophira comes around the tree, having successfully kept her eyes on you.
Okay.
And she comes around the tree, and then shortly thereafter, you guys can do a little role play interaction. Shortly into it, Rolzer, you are going to show up on the scene. Klana, you are lost and alone in the woods at current. You have gone sneaking off into the woods, and once you're like, we'll say everybody's about 150 feet, 100, 200 feet back from where you lost Father Grigori, and you see no one. You are amongst the driving snow and the groaning trees, and there's not a friend anywhere in your line of sight. Ophira, you pop around the side of a tree that you saw Yeedy duck behind because you managed to keep up with him thanks to your nimbleness as a Gloomstrider. You get extra move on the first turn of a combat, so that compensated for his misty step distance. You managed to keep pace with him, so you round the corner to Yeedy.
What's the name of the dragon again?
You know it as the White
White
Worm,
worm.
The white worm.
just as the White Worm. Yep.
He
Edie.
sees, yeah, as soon as he sees Ophira, he's like, the white worm! We gotta get out of here!
What is that?
That's the alpha and the omega. It's gonna eat us all. Yeety's pale white, even more so than normal. He's very scared.
Rolzer, you arrive on the scene invisible. Do you like break your concentration on that as you approach your friends?
I use my psychic ability to.
Scare the shit out of you.
I walk up slowly. No, I'm doing it to Ophira and saying, I am 10 feet away. I see you both and this sheep. That is a fucking white dragon. We have got to go. We need to leave the sheep behind as bait for the dragon.
Edie, don't be alarmed, but Rolzer's nearby. I don't know where he is, but he just talked to me in my head.
All right, Grigori.
Ah, he's doing that thing.
Hey, what's up?
Yep.
The dragon, you've cast the spell. The dragon is shaking it off, and it is now, like, you see it glint its eye, like squint its eyes, like reactionarily, and it looks much more like investigatory and upset now, and its sniffing has reached an elevated rate, but it is still just like trying to get a place.
Sure.
And not really sure. You can tell that it's kind of like measuring the situation. Yeah.
I cast Ray of Enfeeblement.
Okay.
It's a +5 hit. And so it shook off my True Strike spell against it, which means...
No. The True Strike spell hit it. It just, like, when it hit it, its reaction was very nonchalant.
Oh, cool. Then would I be able to have the advantage against this for casting another spell as my first ranged attack?
What was your first spell? Ray of
It was True Strike. I point a finger at a target.
Yeah. But I mean, this turn.
This turn, I cast Ray of Enfeeblement.
I mean, doesn't True Strike give you advantage?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, is True Strike on the next?
Well, I mean, you got a 23 on your first.
Yeah, I was trying to link it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to roll it again. There we go.
Okay, so I mean, the Ray of Enfeeblement is an action, right?
Yes.
And whatever you're going to do next is an action?
I don't understand what you mean. This is my action.
Is casting Ray of Enfeeblement? I thought you said you wanted to use True Strike on a range. You want to use it on this?
No, the True Strike I had used the first time, and it gives me an advantage on my first attack roll against the target, which would be this attack
Right.
roll right now
Okay, right.
of the Ray of Enfeeblement.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the spell's still active.
Listen, learning how spells work. It's
Okay.
it's an active
Um,
process.
Yeah, I mean, you blast it with the Ray of Enfeeblement. It springs from your fingers towards the dragon. And what was your roll? 23 on the first one?
Use the bathroom.
I yell at it in Primordial that if it wishes to live, I can set it free, and if it wishes to die, I can set it free.
Jesus Christ, Grigori.
This is
I didn't know we were saying goodbye to
interesting
Gregorian
choices,
tonight.
but neither did I.
Jesus, yeah, Grigori's dead.
Jen had to go to the bathroom right now.
Yeah, which
right,
is terrible
right
because I've
before
had people
Grigori
like
gets fucking murdered. She had to walk away.
Suspense.
Yeah, I mean, so on the rough initiative order that
I
I've
can
been
hear.
doing-
I can hear.
Okay, on the rough
Okay.
initiative order that I've been doing, though, like, so we'll do another round for you guys. Klana, first of all, what are you up to now that you've realized you're alone out there?
I mean, if I feel like I've gotten pretty far, I'm probably just like holding behind a tree, like listening for anything that I can, like any sign of the dragon or of anybody else, just booking it.
Okay, roll me a survival.
Be a 19.
Okay, roll me a perception.
No.
Okay. 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 Are you like searching at all? Like, are you hunkering down and listening, or are you at all like moving?
I'm not like running around trying to find something. I'm still very much of the opinion that there's a giant.
Okay.
And
So
I don't
are
want
you like holding a spot behind a tree, or are you continuing
Yeah.
to move away from the dragon's area?
At this point, I'm mostly behind, like holding behind the tree.
Okay. So you
and-
don't hear anything over the the pounding snow and the the other three that are all together. What are you guys doing right now?
Where's
I
Klana?
just-
Where's Rolzer?
I'm-
Where's
I'm
Father
going to approach them and drop the invisibility because if I don't, Yeety's going to lose his shit.
Oh,
I'm going to grab you.
Also, the dragon is blind.
I'm going to exactly. I'm going to grab Yeety to be like, Yeety, the three of us have to go. I don't know where Klana is. I don't know where Grigori is. I know where the three of us are. We are not beating a dragon, but I need you to pull it together. The best chance we have is if we leave these goats here and we make a run for it back to town. We have to leave the cart. We have to go, or we will die. Do you understand me?
I understand the
I don't
words you're
think running
saying, but I
back to
can't
town
leave
is a
Father
good
Grigori
idea.
and Klana.
Do you guys wanna play this by character? Do you want to do any rolls for any of these?
I'm trying to convince them that we got to go.
I know.
Okay.
Do you wanna roll against a persuasion of his, Al, or do you wanna give like
I-
enough?
I just don't think Edie would leave
Yeah, let's
without.
play the character.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wouldn't-
like
Okay.
Edie would be like, we gotta have our friends. We can't.
Okay.
We gotta find our friends.
I will look in a direction back where I came and like turn maybe 20 degrees. I will pull out my wire and try and message Grigori or Klana. I will do one and the other. I will do one and that's like
Hold on, slow down. So you're telling Yeety that you think we should leave, and Yeety's saying no, right? Ophira, are you contributing to this? Or are you watching these two argue in the snow?
I don't think we should leave either.
Throw a stink about the goats. The man The man said to abandon the goats.
Yes. We're not leaving the goats, but also we're also not leaving Grigori and Claudia.
Okay, Rolzer.
You're both are fucking morons. I pull out and I try and message
You
Grigori.
can leave. So
no,
you're
I will attempt to I will take a knee and I will try and look back the way I came and try and message Grigori, because if I have a general sense of direction, if he's within 120 feet, I should be able to get a message off to him.
towards a creature within range. The target and only the target hears a message.
I don't know if there's 120 feet left, but I mean, like, I will at least make an effort to contact Grigori.
Yeah, I say sure. You can shoot a psychic message off through the blizzard to Grigori.
I will tell him, Grigori, where the hell are you? We have to go. We're about 120 feet behind you in the woods. We gotta go. Where are you? You can respond to this message.
You can respond to this message.
God
Some
fucking
people don't
damn
know,
it, young
dude.
gun.
Stop.
Some people
I'm
don't know.
125 feet behind you. Stop.
127.3 feet.
You
can
have
respond to
you
this
have a
message.
response.
Then come back here and help me.
And I guess following that, the dragon stops sniffing and lets out an icy blast. An incredible, a force like you've never felt. You've been in Icewind Dale for a while, but this is cold like you've never experienced in your life. This is cold that, like, cuts through the trees around you and literally saps the life from the landscape, like, nearly immediately. The blizzard raging that you were just in is nothing compared to the noise and violence and chaos of the force that you're engulfed in. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Will do.
I'm so stressed out.
13.
Right now.
Okay. I'm
So
gonna roll this one digitally because it's a lot of.
It's a lot of
Is this an
damage.
ancient white dragon or is it a white dragon?
It's not young.
Oh god, it's an ancient white dragon.
It's not young.
It's blind. It's got cataracts. It's not young.
That means it's stronger.
It has a name in the whole region, so
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
known.
great.
Okay. Father Grigori,
Yeah, what's up?
you take 79 points of cold damage.
Jesus.
I am dead. That is over twice my maximum HP.
Holy
Holy
shit.
Is that
crap.
exactly
Oh.
twice your maximum HP? No, it's over.
It is over
Yeah.
twice my HP.
That is murder.
Do I hear,
That is
do I
fucking
hear
murder.
any of that when his
I mean, you guys are close enough. This envelops a cone going out 90 feet. So you guys are all close enough. Like it gets close enough for you to see it, close enough for you to hear it, and close enough for you to, like, experience, like, a sharp drop in temperature, despite the fact that it is already absolutely frigid. So yeah, you can see. I mean, trees are splintering, right? Like, just frozen chaos erupts. And you guys are, like, at the edge of it, and then it quickly settles, and then you hear, you feel the ground shake and rumble as something begins stomping around. And now we'll go back to Klana. Klana, you are also on the edge of this somewhere. So you have just seen this, like, huge explosion. And it got close to your tree. Like, your tree was maybe 5 or 10 feet away from the edge of the blast.
Oh.
Like, yeah. And so
God.
reaction.
I mean, he's gonna be looking around for friends, but he's going to run away from the dragon. That's
You start running.
yeah. I mean, he's just kind of dead sprinting.
Yeah, give me a survival.
Uh, 13, or if that's not good enough, I know. 19 with knack thing.
Okay. All right. The other 3.
Do I need to use it?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Oh, you do if you want. I mean,
Yeah.
This is not necessarily a like pass fail for you. What you're doing is going to affect a tier of difficulty for other actions that people might take.
Well, it's just like it's the thing with the knack is like
If it's a thing you can choose,
if you
if
don't,
it's
well,
a
like
thing that you can choose to use or not, I will tell you that a 19 will be more beneficial to you in this situation than a 13, but it is not a pass fail.
Well, so it's a weird thing. So it's like you can use it basically, but if adding that to it won't get you over the hump, it doesn't expend a use. So that's
so it
like
might
that's
not
why
be
I'm
useful
asking.
here anyway, if it's not a pass fail.
I'll just say I used it. I mean I have 4. Be all right.
Where is this?
It's Psi Bolster
Psionic
Knack.
Power. Yeah. Okay. Okay, sure. Okay, so you got a 19.
So we'll use it.
Yeah. The other 3. Reactions.
I look at them both and I just tell them right now: stay and die, run and live. What is your choice?
So
No one
yeah,
afraid of
after
dragons.
feeling like that happen, Yeety's just like, "Oh, we're not far enough away," and just
Yeah.
like
Just
starts
start
trucking
running
it again towards where
away
he
from-
thinks,
just away from the
away
blast.
from the cone as far as he can tell, away from the danger and the noise.
I will, as I'm going to start dashing away as well, but right before I do, I'm going to launch an Eldritch Blast right into the center of the sheep to scare them and scatter them, and hopefully cause a distraction from the dragon.
Okay, so okay.
Look,
So rolls are
Jen,
okay.
he
Okay.
doesn't care about the sheep as
Okay,
much as Ophira does. You
he
have
has-
to accept it.
Yeety has taken off running through the woods. Roll a ranged attack, Rolzer.
Miss and hit the dragon.
No, I rolled a 7, so 7 plus 7 is 14.
Okay, roll damage on your Eldritch Blast.
Oh, all right. Where's my D10? Here it is. 5 plus 5 is a 10.
Okay, so you fire an Eldritch Blast towards the small horde gathered around Ophira, and you hit a sheep, and it explodes. The sheep is just like it makes contact, and the Eldritch energy surges through it, and then it pops in an explosion of gore. Ophira.
and
God,
now
so
just
bad.
covered in sheep guts.
Yeah, the other goats and sheep have begun bleeding in terror and started scrambling blindly through the blizzard.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. And then I start hauling ass after Yeety.
Ophira, any quick reaction? You have like a chance before he gets to move here, I think, to...
I mean, I guess dive out of the way so I don't get hit by it.
I'm obviously not trying to hit her. I'm just
You don't
aiming
get
for...
hit by the blast. You're like... He fires into the middle of the horde behind you, and one of the sheep pops, and then they all start running blindly into the blizzard.
I just start keep running. As long if they're not like fucking me up because of whatever Rolzer just did.
They're not following you anymore. They're like...
I assumed I was in the middle of them.
No, they were
So-
they were like following behind you. I think. I'm not sure why you would be in the middle of them.
Because we were stopped.
Yeah, but I don't know why
I
they
mean,
were.
would they not have just
around.
scattered after that breath weapon?
Right.
Yeah, they might
I
have.
figured they wouldn't have.
I can see how they would
Like
be
they're
flocked
goats.
around Ophira.
Yeah.
It-
Okay. So I mean, but he's not shooting you, right? So he shoots one of the sheep near you, and it pops, and then they all scatter because one of them has been killed, and the breath weapon has happened, and you just run after everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Covered in sheep guts, I guess.
The three of you make survival checks.
19. 16 plus 3.
Ooh, I rolled a natural 20.
Nice.
I'm rolling in
24.
roll 20 now.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So you guys all manage to keep sight of each other as you charge headlong through the forest, ducking under branches and whizzing past trees as the snow rages behind you. As you run, you feel the rumbling in the ground get weaker. In the distance, you hear an angry and victorious screech as the white worm lets out another piercing cry, and we're gonna stop there with the three of you running through the forest in the blizzard. Klana off somewhere else in the forest by the blizzard on his own. The white worm left behind, and Grigori is deceased,
Being dead.
wiped from.
This is just gonna be like a real easy bookkeeping episode just to finish this quest. You know?
Remember when I said I was going to pull something out of my ass? It's because I rolled the
He pulled a white worm
encounter on the. So what I was going to do was I was going to have the cart break down because of this sequence of checks that I adjusted difficulty on. Al, I was like adjusting a walking DC based on your wagon checks, and you like just barely fucked up the sleight of hand one. So I was going to have near the end of the journey the wheel break off, and then you guys see the figure out in the blizzard. But then you were like, well, we're all going to stop and try and camp. And I was like, well, I still want to do this dragon thing. I thought of how to do this whole dragon thing. Grigori was a major curveball. I was not expecting Grigori to stand up to the white dragon.
As he
Look, you
usually
gotta
is
stand
very
up.
tall.
You gotta
He
stand
died
up
as he
to
lived,
bullies.
He's a monster slayer.
Well,
yeah,
he was.
He was a monster.
He has no fear. He had no fear of death.
That's
He
true.
hated his cursed flesh, and he also, felt pretty proud of himself.
So how much time was there between Grigori responding, then come help me, and then him just dying? It's just like
Less words, buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had enough time to like send off the message before the blast happened.
Because those were literally his last words.
The rough initiative order that I ended up running on was Dragon at the bottom of the round, and then Grigori, Klana, and then you guys. So by the time it got to you guys and you used your message to contact him, the next up was going to be the dragon again. So gave Grigori enough time to fire off a response to your message, but then it was the dragon's turn to take mad offense to having a ray of enfeeblement cast upon it.
I enfeeble all dragons.
You threw a pebble at his nose.
Let's just bear in mind that though it may be the prevailing opinion of the characters scattered through the woods, in a character sense, none of you are strictly aware of the demise of Father Grigori.
No, we're not.
No.
At this point.
We
He's
don't
just
even know what
gone to
happened.
the blizzard.
At this point, it's
We don't know where Klana is either.
Yeah, Rolzer's thing is
Klana
like, we
doesn't
gotta
know
go. Like, I know where
anything.
you two are. If you two want to live, we gotta run.
Klana just saw a giant ancient dragon and dipped. It has no idea about anything going on.
Yeah, as far as Klana knows, we could literally all be dead.
Yeah, that's true. Klana has no idea if any of his friends are alive at this point.
That's probably the story that like my Yeti parents told me to keep me in line. Was like, oh, the ice dragon's gonna get you if you don't eat your parents. Like, so for that thing to
If
come
you
up in
don't
front of
eat
them,
your
he's just like,
traveler.
no.
You had actual literal nightmares like this.
Yeah,
when you were young?
exactly. Like
Look,
he
if
is
you don't
more
eat the leg of this
terrified.
nice human we found.
He is more terrified than he's ever been.
Full blown. When Rolzer said live or like run and live or stay and die. If you guys stayed, I would have ran. I
don't know why you stopped and asked us anyway. It really did not matter for you to say, do you want to live or die? You could have just left.
That's how Rolzer up. No.
Trying to like convince him.
There's a reason. There's a reason Rolzer does what he does.
There's always a reason Rolzer does what he
does.
does.
Okay, well,
All right.
we've had a
What
player
was that
kill.
session?
I guess
We had a
we're
PK.
gonna have to have a conversation.
This was a blast.
At some point.
Ha! Get it?
Father Grigori
Literally.
comes back in a third, even more irritating body.
He comes back as an undead kobold,
Oh God.
even shorter.
Just keep getting shorter and shorter.
Yeah.
You have
Great
halfling,
job.
pixie.
That was awesome. Great job. That was awesome.
Thank you, great job.
That was really
too.
cool.
I mean, yeah,
I love Steve's like, you're gonna
That's
stay in. All right.
I am nothing if not a person who will play the character as the character is.
That's right.
good job.
That's
Good
fair.
job.
All right.
That's the way to
There's
play.
few
That's the way to play
things more
D&D.
committed-
Yeah.
Few things more committed to role playing than just standing in an ancient dragon's face and going
As a
"What's up,
level
bro?"
4.
Level 4.
I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, don't metagame, but also we're level 4 and this is a dragon, and I've read the monster manual back, like front to back. Nope. I don't think this,
This
is
is
a
like-
counter meant for us.
Challenge level, you're fucked. You're
This
going
thing
to
is
die.
like the tippity top of dragons.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A colossal.
Yeah, if everyone in town knows its name, that's not the thing to fuck with at level 4.
Legendary.
It's
Everyone
just
in
not.
10 towns knows its name. That's the Yetis know its name.
Right, yeah.
The Yetis know.
It is known across the Dale. It's like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I wonder why he has like a desiccated corpse. Is it literally just like a trap gimmick?
I don't even think it's so much a trap gimmick. I think it's just something that's like on his body.
All right. Well, I'm glad I felt the need to go explore. Fuck.
Yeah, but I mean,
That encounter
was pretty
going
cool.
to happen. So, you know.
might have happened less directly confrontationally, but
Absolutely could
it
have.
was going to happen.
yeah, kind of like when you were like, I cast it, I was like, okay, he's gonna try to distract it, and then you were like, a thing on the dragon, and I was like, oh, Grigori's going to try to die tonight.
True strike. True strike on a dragon.
I heard True Strike and I was like, I didn't hear that right? He's not. Oh, he is. Okay, then.
Uh-huh.
Well,
So-
look, if it wasn't for Grigori, we never would have gotten the booze out of that cave.
What boo? Away.
Look, we're gonna have
the
to
cart.
come back for the booze later. Okay, I think that's clear. I don't think we're gonna be like, quick, back to the cart.
That's assuming we find each other.
I think, do you guys want to play next week?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I could play next week.
Yep.
Anybody-
I don't think that's a problem for me. I have to verify, but I don't think so.
Probably is.
So-
I might be getting my. I don't know exactly when I'll be getting my second shot.
I might still be
Should
sick
be.
for mine, yeah.
It should be
But-
on. It should be on Saturday, but if I get it like Thursday or Friday, because that's when Meyer sends me there, then I might
Okay, no, that's no problem. If something comes
Oh
up,
yeah, I get my
feel
second
like
shot
butt.
on Wednesday.
we'll say next Friday tentatively.
Yeah.
The next time we play though, I want to have a conversation with you about a lot of things
Yeah.
before
But I didn't
cool
let
that.
you keep that orb.
before the next time we play.
God.
Oh yeah, he has the Pearl of Power.
No, I
don't.
took it back.
I was very clear about giving it back.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
I kind of want to do like a, I don't know. We'll call it like 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, maybe 8:30 call time for Ophira, Yeeti, and Rolzer.
Okay.
And then like an 8:30 to 9 or 9:30 call time for Klana to do separate Blizzard experiences, and then a little bit of group time at the end of that. And then Brendan, you can be present for as much of that as you want. Sit in on both of those sessions if you want
I ain't
to.
going nowhere.
Yeah, as a ghost, and then we'll have a discussion about roles. What we'll have a discussion about what you want to do for you as a player moving forward in the campaign before those sessions.
I don't want to like jump to conclusions here, but I'm just saying he could just pick up and be Tropus.
He can't. Unfortunately, he can't. I have a bit of a quest line written that
I wouldn't be able to do Tropus justice. Let's be honest here. I'm not
muddled by a player assuming control.
I don't know. An Alec Brendan romance sounds pretty great. I'm just gonna throw that out.
I don't think I could continue that romance if Brendan played Tropus.
Tropus, you changed. Tropus, like you're a different person. You betrayed my love.
I can't love you anymore.
world
Changed,
changes.
man. You've changed.
Fuck.
You've changed, man.
What is
Brendan, well done, Brendan. Brendan, Steve,
Thanks.
well done.
All I did was get killed.
Yeah, but
don't,
like
don't congratulate me. All I did was get
Annihilated.
killed.
Yeah, but you played your character like
The
true to heart to
you-
the end.
you commit to the bit, and that's
Yeah.
what I appreciate about you.
Just like I committed to my bit, Rolls gonna get the fuck out of there.
One of his final acts on this earth was over pranking Klana.
you just super pranked me and then died.
I would say
Gonna
that was
haunt
a
my
bitch, but
dreams
like that sounds like a
forever.
little too on the nose.
Man,
The last
good.
real,
Maybe
that's
that is he
like the
lived.
last true act of Father Grigori was to super
Then come
prank.
back and help me.
He almost died like several times.
is that the first character death in any of the Discord campaigns?
Yep.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
All right. I'm the first one to kill a motherfucker. That's right. Rime of the Frost
And in the most spectacular fashion, too.
Hell yeah! I'm glad I didn't. I would
Dragon.
have been such a lousy death that way. That one's way more epic. I'm glad I didn't die
Imagine if we
first.
had two back to back. If they were carting Rolzer's corpse back from the Veerberg cave, and then Grigori got
Oh, if we didn't have Rolzer, I probably wouldn't have been so penisy about it. We came out of that cave strong victors.
Yeah, that's true. Boy, oh boy.
Jesus Christ!
Fun stuff.
Why don't you come back and help me? That won't-
Haunting
that-
words.
Yeah, that won't haunt Rolzer at all. Not
Right.
at all.
The question answered immediately by
Yeah.
by a blast of
A blast of ice so cold trees exploded.
Yeah, like, is there anything left of Grigori, or did he just get frozen so hard he just broke apart like Sub-Zero fatality style?
I mean, I don't know. I think
Have you
I'm-
ever
I
seen
think I'll
the
talk to
anime
Brett about
ReZero?
that. We'll get
No.
back to you.
Cool.
Should you go
Cool,
looking
cool.
for his corpse? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Oh God, we're gonna have to. Yeah, if we're going back for the mead.
It's just gonna look like the Ding Dong
I-
Scooby Doo
I have to go back and
caveman.
figure out what happened to Grigori.
Know that the mead made it. I think the mead was probably in the blast radius.
Yeah.
Splash
Don't
Zone.
you say something so
What do you mean
hateful like
Splash
that.
Zone?
Edie's gonna have a lot to cry about next week.
Jesus. Yeah.
Oh my god. It's gonna be so
Uh.
heartbroken.
Also,
Oh, no,
Just
Father
display
said-
the dra-
Oh no, the mead!
Also, Trovis heard about the mead, had a heart attack. Oh God!
And then Yeedy dies.
And then he dies of heartache and
He's
pain.
gonna swear an oath. He's gonna turn into a paladin and swear an oath of vengeance on the dragon for ruining the mead.
Right,
I mean, if it's
right
just
then.
high
Yeah.
enough, he can do
For the
that.
mead, though, yeah, not for
Our
Father
paladins,
Grigori.
our paladins charisma based.
Grigori's like the
They are.
footnote. It's like, also you killed my friend. But,
Yeah.
but mostly,
PS. Friend's a strong word. You killed my associate.
You killed my
You killed the
associate.
guy that tended to scare me a lot.
killed my good buddy.
Gave me a couple nightmares.
Been a rough couple weeks for the monster slayers.
Jesus
Now they're the monster
Christ.
slayed. Ugh.
Had a
Hey,
had hell of a nightmare,
We don't
Followed by
technically know
several
that
near-deaths.
Grigori is dead.
followed by
We're just
actual death.
assuming.
You don't know that Grigori is dead. You were still short two of your party members running through a blizzard from from a giant white
Dragon.
dragon. You know, it's like regardless
This is not
whether or
high
not
times.
regardless of whether or not their deaths are confirmed, it's not the best look.
No, it's bad.
Nope.
Everything's fucked.
Will everything work out for the Monster Slayers? Is Father
Probably
Gregory
not.
really dead? Tune in next
in
week
next
to
week.
find out.
On Rime of the Frost Maiden. Do 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 do
I
do
just-
do
It's
do
so
do.
cold in the
I
tea.
also love the idea of just like, is Father Gregory dead? Yes, absolutely. But to answer those other questions, tune in next week.
Hey, man,
Is Father Gregory dead?
under
Of
the
course he is.
hey, under the endless night of Icewind Dale, things don't always stay dead for long. You know,
God.
who's to say what terrible, awful ways this could go? You
Man,
guys
you're gonna do some
Gregory comes back
spooky
as one of the goats, as the
you guys are in
exploded
the
goat.
Lovecraftian
sunless
hell.
sea shit.
Mhm.
Listen, okay, let's have a quick little like just meta narrative talk just to give you guys an idea of where we are and what has just occurred. We've just broken through a chapter seal. Okay, we've moved past chapter 1 into chapter 2 in a spectacular fashion.
Transitions, baby.
You
That's what
guys
that's
have
all
now
about.
you guys have now been exposed to some weird shit and met some interesting people and experienced some interesting things. But you are now on the cusp of finding out just how truly fucking weird Icewind Dale has gotten in the 2 years that it's been under this spell. And so you guys are free to continue to spend time in the 10 towns and stuff, but just like, because there are towns you haven't gone to and there are things you've heard of that you can still investigate, but just as like an FYI, you're no longer leveling up from any of those things. They're still there for you to explore and to interact with, but if you guys are looking to, like, if you guys go and do some of those things and start wondering, like, we've cleared like 4 dungeons and no level up, it's because there are bigger fish to fry at this point, and there will be narrative hooks to pull you towards them. But that's where we're at. We're at the point where things like this, blizzards, and getting lost and being up against like strange and spectacular things is going to become more and more common. And so yeah, we'll do this like people lost in the blizzard sub chapter to get everyone back to town, and I'll have some shit to throw at you there.
To hopefully get everyone back to
Yeah,
town.
hopefully get it right.
And then yep, and then when we're past that, we'll see where we go. But we are in chapter 2. We have cleared chapter 1, and
Jesus Christ.
yeah,
Nice job, everyone.
here we go.
We made it.
We've got some incredibly fucking interesting chapters ahead. There is like so much good shit coming for you guys. I am like, I'm very amped because chapter 1 is like easily, it's been very fun, but it's easily like the least interesting content to me in some ways. You know,
Yeah,
it's a lot. It's a lot of like
it's
get to
more
know
basic
10
town
towns,
stuff.
get to
yeah.
know
Right, it's character driven
Mm-hmm.
versus
get to
event.
get to know the people that live there, and
I'm gonna hop off and eat food here. But
Okay.
All right.
good
See you, KB.
to-
See, dude.
good
I'm
shit,
super
guys.
pumped.
Yeah,
I'm super
Mhm.
pumped. This was so much fun.
I've been
This
Been
was
really-
also my first character death.
nice.
really?
Hell yes.
Nice.
I think it may be the first time that I've killed a character. So,
Listen,
Whew.
you got to do it eventually.
yeah, I'm just
So,
I'm thinking back to
God.
like I'm thinking back to like the massive apprehension that I had on the first 2 sessions of this, and how like anxious and nervous I was to run it, and how
Yeah.
now it's very good. It's
Yeah.
become like it's
I
become-
remember how anxious and nervous you were.
Yeah, it's become like a very good campaign. I'm very pleased with the way it's all meshing together and shit, and excited for where it's gonna go. It's good shit, guys.
Me too.
Man,
Mhm.
who does the Grigori zombie come back to hunt?
Thanks
And
for
why am I sure it's
strong-arming me
Rolzer?
into it, Al.
Yeah, no problem. I was like,
Thanks
hey,
for
people want to play
refreshing your
D&D. You want to DM?
Yeah.
You feel like
Whole
DMing
thing
that?
happened,
You should
'cause,
probably
yeah, whole
DM
thing
that.
happened. Al messaged me and was like, I want to be in another game of Dungeons and Dragons, but I don't know who would DM. And I was like, okay, bud, I could
Oh,
try
me?
it.
Yeah, sounds good. Mhm.
Oh, man. Cool.
Damn.
Yeah, this was a blast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm still just sitting here like trying to like.
I can't wait to talk to you, Steve, about what your thoughts are about where to go from here.
I have many
Honestly,
thoughts. I have
'cause-
so many thoughts.
Because you set up the opportunity for this character to have had that arc right there. That was all through the backstory that you had foisted upon the Father Grigori character that I had made.
With the secret, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck yeah, this is going to make playing this character so much more unique. And then the follow-up questions on what he fears and loves and hopes and stuff like that really helped me understand that character even more.
Contact the
And I was-
character.
yeah. It's like cool.
Yeah, that was part of my intention with that nightmare sequence too, was to help bolster a little bit more of that. Get people to like think a little bit more about at this
Yeah, I had to
this point
actually
the
think about my
adventure.
character.
Yeah, at this point in the
Mhm.
adventure, like where's your character at? What are they thinking
Yeah.
about? What are they because that's important stuff. I like tried to run a campaign with Dan and Tyler and Kyle and Shelby for a bit, but Tyler's schedule was unreliable and the pandemic kicked off and it didn't end up going anywhere. But we spent like 3 weeks, a month, just like hanging out, and I would run them through various like exercises. Like most of them ended up with like 3 or 4 sheets of lined paper with like character detail and shit just written out on it because I spent because it's important, you know.
Yeah.
Dude, it's gonna be real cool when we have the fortuitous opportunity to like pull everyone together in a location and have like a Rime of the Frost Maiden like
In-person
at
session.
one table someday.
Ah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's gotta happen, right?
extravaganza.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be awesome.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, that would be so good.
Yeah.
I'm
Man.
sort of trying to sit here like reflecting on the whole campaign. Like, damn, man, fuck it. This is just the beginning. Like, oh man,
Yeah.
this is just
I
the
was-
appetizer. The real shit's gonna start hitting you real quick now.
I was trying to think about like how long ago was it that we started this campaign?
October.
Yeah, we started it back like before it
Yeah.
had really started snowing. You know, we're like easily over half a year on this bad boy, right?
No.
Yeah, we've been playing for a while.
We're like
Yeah,
six,
I
7
feel like
months.
Alex like video playlists because he puts them on YouTube. When did he post the first episode?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like we started
I can look
in
that up.
early November. So
Still,
we're
though,
like
that's
like-
upward.
we're coming
6
up on
months.
5 months on it.
Yeah,
That's a long time.
yeah, November, December. Yeah,
I only put
Yeah,
one
here's-
video in
here's
this thing.
Here's character
November
stat
20th.
lines. November 6th character stat lines.
November 20th was the first session.
Well, I think the 6th was, but the 6th was like character building and
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I
yeah,
just
that
meant
was-
like the first,
that was-
like
Oh, right.
the first.
yeah,
that
true
was when I
session.
came in super late because fucking COVID shit kicked my ass.
it's been a long time that I've had this like consistent of a Dungeons and Dragons campaign.
We're adults now.
Yeah,
we are
Yeah.
adults now.
I'm
We're
like full of the warm fuzzy Dungeons and Dragons feeling right now. like
Right?
right.
yeah.
We're
made a
almost
commitment.
We're almost at a year on Horde of the Dragon Queen.
Dragon Queen. Yeah.
We'll hit a year in 2 weeks.
It's crazy.
Which
May,
Pretty
May
good.
5th.
at least once a month. Also,
Yeah, we've been pretty good about keeping schedule lately, which has
Yeah.
been nice.
and I'm going to be able to hit that Tuesday schedule a little bit better now.
Yeah.
a little more
Yep.
time to figure things out.
Mhm.
Man,
Aftermath.
I wanna put together like in the arms of an angel for Father Gregorius.
God.
Like a little memorial.
This image of him freaking out, Klana, and he's just holding the pearl like, ah!
R.I.P. Father G.
Gone but not forgotten.
I want to do like a tag everyone in 10 Towns and say like, let's all pay respects to the first deceased Dungeons and Dragons character.
I don't want to spoil it though, because I know like Eric and Tyler occasionally like actually watch or like catch up. I think.
So you want them to just drop in to listen in on a session and be like, "Why is Front
Or
playing a different character?"
I guess that's a fair point.
The session that neither of them show up is the one where Frump dies.
Yeah, no kidding. Usually one of them are here, and then shit hits the fan.
Gregory just left. He didn't die. He just got sick of them, and he was like, "You know what? Fuck you guys." And
I'm gonna break my curse. I'm gonna destroy all the Chardolin.
All right, guys, that was fun. I'm tired, so.
Good night, Alec.
Going to
Go to bed.
bed.
Night.
Night,
Yeah.
pal.
All right,
All
sleep
right.
tight, buddy.
Yeah, I'm going to bed. I was
Oh.
like, maybe I'll play video games, but I'm gonna go to bed. All right.
Okay.
See
I'm
ya.
Let's go
going
to
to play video games.
I'm also